Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fallout Genesis Session 3 Overseer. I'm Mike Test. I'll be the GM for today. Quick intro on myself. I've been playing RPGs for about 15 years, GMing for about 10. I've done Edge of the Empire for the last year or so, but this will be my first time actually GMing this rule set, so hopefully it goes well and we all have a good time. Let's go ahead and introduce all the characters. If you've already played, go ahead and reintroduce yourself in case someone hasn't watched a previous session. We'll start with Y.
Hey, I'm Wisconsin. I've been playing RPGs for longer than dirt, and they're a lot of fun. I'm playing Y, and Y is, well, he's a super mutant, but he's a nice one, and he wants to be liked by people. And he likes knights because knights are good, and they help people, and that's good. And that's all there is about that.
And now Rolo. I actually didn't hear him talk at all yet. I hope he's actually here.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
Oh, there we go.
I'm trying to make the music lower here. 1 second.
Yeah.
Because I could barely hear.
Yeah, you can go if you go to the gear symbol and roll 20.
Yeah. Pepe.
Yeah. So who's Rolo?
Rolo is a Diamond City high society member who basically removed himself after some unfortunate events with his family, and I changed the background just so you know. I typed it up there, so that's why it might be different than what you read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's basically just looking for somewhere to belong and traveling the wasteland. Putting himself into dangerous situations and trying to get out of it.
Okay. And what about Sam?
Sam is fairly new in Sanctuary, probably arrived this morning or something. He presented himself as a kind of trader. He heard that Sanctuary was in need of some mats. He brought some stim packs, and yeah, that's what he claims he is, I guess. He comes from Good Neighbor, and he had some trouble there and is kind of fleeing from some enemies who are searching for him, but don't really know who he is yet.
Okay. And Tag.
So Tag is a hunter who's been in Sanctuary for quite a while, and he really tries his best to keep the community well fed and well provisioned with water, so he's often out of town and just searching the wasteland for these things. He is deathly afraid of synths. He's actually run into quite a few, including a courser most recently, so yeah, that's one of his big fears, but so far so good, and he is hoping to see Sanctuary really flourish.
And in the previous sessions, you've been able to provide food, but you weren't able to this time, right?
No, he was busy trying to find stim packs, but that didn't work out too well. But
Okay.
he has learned that his lynx actually follows commands very closely. Basically, the lynx helped him get away from a courser by grabbing the courser's gun before the courser could use it. So he was quite surprised, but in out of character just means that Tufts actually, I got enough XP to make him an official animal companion, so yeah.
Okay, so unlike previous sessions, you do not get that blue die on all your checks. So the majority of you aren't feeling well fed. I mean, you're not starving right now, but you're on a slight rationing period at the moment. And so anyone have questions about the character sheets that they have? Well, I saw most of y'all were playing around with it. Any questions how it works? Anything like that?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just saying no, it looks pretty straightforward.
Okay.
One question I had is that I know that in some campaigns that use these sheets, the GM likes to control the difficulty and then others don't. So I just want to make sure so that we're not having double difficulty going on.
Exactly. I was actually going to ask that. So there's two options. One, the player can roll. So if you open up your character sheet and you go to the top, there's a dice pool, and you can manually roll by adding 2 blues and 2 greens and 2 purples, and then hitting the D20 icon, and then it will roll all of those. Also, if you have numbers in the dice pool and then you roll skill below, it will add those numbers. So if I say you have a blue die, you can go up to the top, set the blue icon to 1, and then roll your skill. It'll add that blue icon. So we've got two options. I can say, okay, the difficulty is 2, and then you just put 2 purples up there. Or I can set it. It's all, either way, it doesn't matter to me. If you want to set your own difficulty so that you can roll quicker, go ahead and just type 1 in the Roll20 chat. If you want me to set it, so 1, I can surprise you. 2, you don't have to do as much, just type in 2.
So actually, just for one thing to think about though is consistency, and especially in combat. I think it might be better if we did our own difficulty and get used to that, so that you don't have to remember who's in short range, who's at long range, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I have something for that as well, but it is a bonus because in combat you almost always know what your difficulty is going to be, unless it's a rival or something of that nature.
But I mean, I'm fine if you want to say like, hey, I want to surprise you with a difficulty, and then but for the most part,
we can do both, I guess.
Mostly
I think we'll stick with the player setting the difficulty. That's what I'd prefer as the GM. Most of the time, it's quicker. I don't have to go back to the GM dice pool and then change it if I'm looking at a reference.
Right.
And remember to clear it, and it can cause some complications. Plus, in Genesis, like when you're building the dice pool, like I understand occasionally in some specific moments you might want to have a surprise difficulty, but the players are supposed to know the difficulty. Like it's part of the core.
Right. Okay. So we got that out of the way. Okay, so we'll start the actual content of the session. So, of course, my dog decides to be a pain in the butt right now. The settlement is planning their trip to go get some fusion cores tomorrow. So this is basically the night before a mission, or rather the afternoon before a mission. And you're all doing your various things, whatever you normally do before you get ready for a mission. So I'm going to go around and just say, what do you think you would do the day before you set out on a mission, on a trip? So what's Y doing the day before a mission?
Well, Y just likes to be around people because he grew up pretty much by himself. He was an outcast from other super mutants, and because he's a super mutant, people didn't really want him around even as a young child because super mutants be scary, yo. So he's probably like wandering around the outside edge of the camp, trying really, really hard not to scare and startle people, and being very obviously like trying to move slowly and be not sneaky, but just kind of blend into the background so nobody notices him, while trying to get close because he loves hearing people talk, even if he can't understand the conversations because he's not that smart.
So Y really doesn't even stay in the settlement?
He does,
just
he does, but more like by the lake area and kind of like on the outside because he's terrified that the people in the settlement are going to decide that he is too dangerous and too scary to be around, and so they tell him to go away.
Okay. All right. What is Rolo doing?
Rolo will probably just be arriving. I didn't know that we were going to be there already, but yeah, I guess Rolo just arrived the day before, and trying to get situated, meeting people.
Okay. Did you come by yourself? Did you come with a group?
No, by myself. Yeah.
Okay.
The wasteland, traveling the wasteland. I heard about Sanctuary. Somewhere new, maybe somewhere to start anew. So came to check it out.
Sounds good. What is Sam doing?
Yeah, pretty much the same as Rolo actually. He's just getting to know the people, maybe trying to find people who want some stimpaks. I don't know. That's why he's here. So yeah, if any one of you needs stimpaks, I have some over. I can distribute, I guess. Yeah, but that's what he's doing, meeting people and just generally, yeah, getting to know the settlement.
Oh, by the
Okay.
way, Tag paid 60, so make sure to mark that.
Yeah, yeah,
I took 2 of them.
already did.
Awesome. Thanks for getting those.
And what is Tag doing?
So Tag is probably near one of the guard posts, but he's not on guard duty right at this moment. And after his successful mole rat hunt 2 weeks ago, he's been filling around trying to make mole rat traps, actually, to kind of put in areas where he's seen mole rat tracks. But unfortunately, every time he turns around, Tufts keeps coming up and like triggering the trap and then running off. So it's a bit of a work
Okay.
in progress right now.
All right. This will be interesting. Why? I need you to roll either a survival or a perception check with 2 purples.
Okie dokie here. Let's see. Survival and perception are both equally bad, if I remember correctly, for Y.
That's why this will be interesting.
So we'll go with perception because I've got a rank in that, and he's fairly perceptive. Why didn't it put the difficulty in? I know I set it at the top. Oh, I forgot to click off of it. So here we'll
You
just
can
roll
just
that.
do 2 purple and then hit roll the 20-sided die icon.
Oh yeah. I forgot that you have to click off of when you're clicking up or down, you have to then click off of it to confirm the selection. So that will actually cancel out into a no roll.
So while something happens, and I'll tell you what that is in a second. Why is Y not paying attention?
Because he's probably trying to hear what people are saying. Like he's very concerned with what the feelings are in the camp. So he's probably just intent on some people's conversation and just so oblivious to the things around him.
Okay. So while you're trying to listen in on that conversation, on the eastern side of the camp, you hear a scream and then a pop, pop, pop as some guns go off, and you hear some commotion. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" And they're looking back and forth. They're trying to, just figure out what's going on in the chaos. And you are under attack.
What?
Oh boy.
So, like I said, I'm used to Edge of the Empire, and this is one of the things you use in this. This is basically a range indicator. I should probably get your characters as well. Let me go back into them. But the way this will work is the center will be the main group of people. Most of the time, the heroes all start in the same spot. So you basically put yourself right there in the center. And if you move out, say you go to short, you do use 1 maneuver to go forward towards the enemy. Put yourself in short. If you use 2 to go to medium, etc., etc. So, Y was listening in on somebody, so he's probably at like medium. Tag said he was at a guard post. Let's say you're at long, because that's kind of towards the outskirts, and then we can say Sam and Rolo are at the center. And then, so far, 3 raiders are on the far side of the camp. So visually, you can see that it's on the eastern side over here, and you can hear the pop pop and the screams and whatnot. And I would like everyone to. Oh, that's right. Let's change that to all players. Double check that real quick. Is it working? Okay, and let's do initiative. So in the character sheet for initiative, you have to go to the weapons, talents, and powers tab, and this would be vigilance because no one was expecting this. Select your token and then click on the d20 roll to the right of that. That way it will properly add you. Oh, bummer. There's already stuff in here. It's okay. We'll just have to manually do it for this first one. Tag 0. Sam is 1. But that's not necessarily that one person. Again, they're all just PC slots. But and you can use your advantages to change the scene in one way or another. You can say, oh, I was actually over here, or it just happened to be next to this thing, whatever you'd like.
Sure. I'll just move over like this so that I assume that I'm in long range of them.
That one. Okay. Anyone else have advantages they're going to use? Sam has 3.
Well, I had 1. Could I use that just to be like one range band closer?
Sure. You were listening in, so you're like on the other side of a fence,
Oh
trying
yeah,
to listen
I just
in and understand how people work.
So
people were complicated.
So if the Raiders are in that, right here,
Uh-huh.
If I was here, those would have been 6 range bands.
You can't go higher than extreme.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically, right now, they are beyond most weapons ranges. So,
So I guess tag. If you were long, you would be at the here, right? To the Raiders.
yeah, you can
you'd
put them
be at
on
the-
whichever side that you want to. It's really the color that matters. So right now, they're extreme to everybody. No one's closer to that side unless you use your advantage to say, oh, I was actually, tinkering on the east side of town.
I'll use my advantage to be a long range from them.
Okay. You could also use stuff like, I happen to be behind some sort of cover, happen to be behind some sort of car, and
Well, I've
there's a
got
lot of
far
things you can
advantage,
use.
so can I say that I was along and behind a car?
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess
Okay.
I could be in a building somewhere, like with a window towards them. I don't know. Does that work?
Yeah, so you can take cover easily, and you could still get a shot on it. Yeah.
If they come closer.
So why? It is your turn. You hear the shouting, and a couple of gunshots to the east. Now, this is kind of
Well, I mean, it's a PC slot, so somebody else wants to go because
That's true. I'm sorry.
Why's
Yeah.
just going to move closer. So if somebody has something they want to do, like
That's
at
true,
the
yeah.
start, go for it.
So yeah, PC slot.
Let's see. Would I be able to get in within medium range in a maneuver or no?
Yeah. So if you want to go from long to medium, yes, you can.
Oh, actually, I can hold off. I've got something planned, but I'll wait until everyone else goes.
Okay. So you don't want to take your turn yet?
No.
Okay. Who wants to go?
Well, if everybody's wrapped within a decision, Wise just going to use a maneuver to well, I guess the short engaged is more like a subsection, so he's just at short here. So is it a separate range category to get to this side of short, or is it just all of short?
Yeah,
there?
it's just all the same.
Okay,
Sometimes I use the separate sections of the pie, if you will, for horizontal. But right now, this is all considered all the same range distances.
Yeah, so he's going to use a maneuver to get closer to these raiders over here, and then he will take 2 strain to use an additional maneuver to take cover, and that's going to be all for him. Take cover like behind the you said there was a fence or along the side of a building or something.
Okay. Yeah, you find something that you think will at least obscure you, so it's harder to hit you. So next PC slot could be anybody.
I guess it's my turn. But I'm not gonna do much. Sam is not someone who runs headfirst into combat, so he's probably gonna pull his gun out and just take cover, see what happens.
Okay. Are you like a? I don't want to say scaredy cat, but are you
Not scared, but he's
experienced in combat?
a little bit. But Sam knows he's not the best at shooting.
Mm-hmm.
He can probably hit someone, but like it's not his favorite thing to do.
Okay. So you get ready for the ensuing fight. NPC slot. They are going to move forward. And as their action, they take some pot shots at someone else. So far, they haven't noticed any of you. So you hear a couple pop, pop with their pipe pistols as they shoot at one of the other settlers in your town.
Oh no.
And another PC slot. We have Rolo and Tag left.
You can go, Rolo.
Rolo would take his maneuver to move.
Sorry.
Is there anything else? If I move a maneuver, could I move into cover into something else? Do I see anything or no?
One sec. Dog. Okay. She's done. So you want to move forward one range band, and you also want to take cover?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can use your maneuver to move forward one range band, and then you can take 2 strain to use another maneuver to take cover.
If I don't take a strain, that's it, right? I can switch my action for a maneuver, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
All right, and Tag is the last PC.
So, I didn't have my weapon out, so I'm actually going to take maneuver to draw my pipe rifle, and then I will take another maneuver, 2 strain, to get in within medium range, right? That'll work.
Yeah. So they would actually be just 1 range increment from you right now. So they're at short.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
So I'll take a maneuver to draw my pipe rifle, and then I'll actually I will say this. This is more roleplay, just to explain the mechanics, but I'm going to say that he takes another maneuver to find out where Tufts is, but Tufts is actually running straight for the Raiders.
Oh, okay.
So Tufts is actually going to be next to Y, and in effect, what I'm going to be doing is Tufts will be giving unskilled assistance to Y on his attacks. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Blue die.
Yep.
I'm imagining that you are around right here, and the Raiders are somewhere over here, and that's why it's not so far for you, while some others are about the same range band.
So I'll take 2 strain for to actually use that maneuver for Tufts to run forward, and then my action, I'm going to take a shot at the Raiders. Are they engaged with Y?
No, currently they're engaged. They're not engaged with anybody.
Okay, cool. So they're within medium or short?
They're at medium right now.
Medium. Okay.
It would have been at short if you moved forward.
All right. So, 1 second. I'll get this roller going. Any defenses?
Nope.
All right.
They look like they're pretty typical Raiders, easy to hit, numerous in the wastes.
Okay, that shot did not happen, but I'm going to say that as I'm shooting, I'm yelling Tufts, and that gets the Raiders' attention, and they see this lynx just like rushing at them, and they've probably never seen a lynx before, so they're thinking, what the hell is that thing? And then there's the super mutant, and it's just like, what is with this town? And so I'm going to say a boost on the, or actually I'll use this to advantages to give them a setback on their attack.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw my message, but there is a playlist that should be on this Roll 20.
Yeah, I set music for this page, but I guess it's not running. I was gonna,
okay.
if I found a time and to get in there, I was gonna start something. So we're at the top of the order. They haven't acted yet, but you do know that there are some raiders over here, in the whole scheme of things, who have joined the scene. You hear some more screaming, and we have a PC slot.
Unless anybody wants to do some shooty, Y can charge in there. But if you want to do the shooty, it might be better to do that before he does that.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah. I guess Tag should go because he has the most chances of hitting someone.
All right, sure. So Tag is kind of yelling at Tufts because he's worried about the cat, but the cat is getting right in there, and so Tufts will use a maneuver to give Y unskilled assistance and stay with him, and then Tag will take a shot at the raiders.
Does that go away at the? Because you did that last turn, and I didn't have a chance to use it. So does that go away, or does it stack? Because it might be better for him to give it to somebody else if it doesn't go away.
Oh,
I don't
the
want it
thing
to be
is,
wasted.
it's more that technically I have to do it on my turn, and then you take advantage of it on your turn, sort of thing. And it only works
yeah.
if Tufts is engaged with you. So I'm just kind of saying that Tufts is going to stick with you.
Oh, okay, yeah, no worries. I was just checking because I'd put it in as one boost on my next check
Right.
thing.
And I think
take your
so
shot.
there's one maneuver, and I'm going to take 2 strain to get within short.
Okay.
So there. Actually, that's 4 strain now because I forgot.
So the majority of people are now at short, so I'm going to move things a little bit so that, let's see, we'll say that the enemy is right here, and everyone else is basically surrounding them in the orange area. And Sam's the only one who's at long.
Oof,
Again.
not doing too well with these shots. So I'll say that I'll pass a boost along to the next person who goes.
Yeah.
So just kind of pepper them with shots, and they are a little bit off balance right now.
Another group of raiders that you had heard previously finally show themselves as they round a corner, and they are at long range to almost all of you. It would be extreme to Sam. And their pistols and whatnot aren't long enough range, so they just spend their entire turn moving into range. And PC slot.
I'll take a shot. I'll take the boost.
Okay.
Rolo is not very good at shooting, so he would greatly benefit from that opening the Tag created. So there is a short range, so it'll be 1 diff, 1 boost, right?
Yes, it'll be 1 purple, and you get a blue die from his bonus he gave you. Okay, great. So 8 damage.
Nice.
And what do you want to use the advantage for?
Rolo will be kind of surprised that he actually shot the dude, and it seems like he did a considerable amount of damage. He would just point at the super mutant and like, go, 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 go. That's your opening. Go, 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 go.
Okay.
All right.
And give way an extra boost.
Sounds good. You killed one of the raiders. What does it look like?
In a moment of sheer luck, I just happened to shoot him right straight in between its, wiry armor, leather armory armor, and I just got lucky, and I hit him right in the chest in the small opening.
Okay.
And he just flies backwards, hitting a tree.
Sounds good.
Or a car or something.
One less raider to worry about. NPC slot. The group of raiders that you just killed one of them are they look back, they see one of their fallen comrades, and then they pull out their, I think they use pool cues, of course, pool cues. They pull out their various bat-like instruments, and then they come charging towards y'all. The closest one, Y's terrifying. So they're not going to charge him. So they're going to come towards Tag. And Tag has a ranged implement, so they get a blue die on the check. Oh no, I'll move them in a second.
Wait, why did they get a blue die?
If you are doing a melee attack against someone who has a ranged weapon out, you get a blue die.
Whoa, I didn't realize that. Really? Was that a Genesis?
At least in
That's the
Age of
simplified
Empire.
version. That's the simplified version of the rule.
Yeah.
Technically, the rule is a little complicated because it's if you are engaged with somebody and make a ranged attack, they get a blue die on any melee attacks against you. But the simplified version everybody uses is if they've got a ranged weapon, you get a boost.
Okay, so my group did that wrong. I'll take
That's
away the
because
blue
that's the
die.
easy way to. That's the easy way
Yeah.
to do it. I've always done it that way because the real rule is kind of complicated to track. It just adds that little bit of nuanced tracking that can be annoying.
Yeah. So we'll take away the blue die because you haven't shot them while they are engaged yet, and so they still for 8 and do your soak and all that, and they get 2 disadvantages threats, and I'll use that to cause strain. So basically, they come charging at you with the pool cue and various bat-like instruments. They hit you, and then you like rifle butt them in a sort of repose, and you cause strain, which is equally damage to them. And PC slot.
How much damage? Oh, I see it. Okay, 8. Yeesh, that was a lot.
Now that they are actually up in melee with somebody, Y is going to go ahead and take this slot, and he's going to use a maneuver to engage up with them.
Okay.
And say, "Don't hurt Kitty, man!" And then give them a swing from his sword here. I take 2 strain to do a maneuver to aim, give myself another boost dice. It's a total of 3 boosts, 2 difficulty, and whomp for 12 damage.
So that eliminates the 2 raiders right here. What does that look like?
That looks like Y getting very, very angry that they are attacking the man with the cat because Y loves animals. And so it's just the bumper sword cleaves through one and then kind of gets stuck in the second one, so he has to like jiggle it free as they both fall down.
Okay. Another PC slot.
Yeah, sure. I guess Sam can finally do something. He notices he's not in immediate danger and comes running towards what sounds like combat.
Mhm.
So I guess I can move once normally and then take strain to move again. Is that how it works?
You can take 2 strain to get an additional
Right.
maneuver, which can be used
Yeah.
to move or whatever you want to use the maneuver for.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. Yeah, and then the raiders are still too far away to effectively shoot them with my pistol, right?
Right now they're at long range to the majority of people. So you actually need to spend 2 maneuvers to move from long to medium. So right now you're at medium compared to everyone else who is in this situation at short.
Okay.
Still too far. You could maybe try. I don't know. Are there any actions you can do that?
Not really.
Okay. I got an idea. You're feeling like you're in the back of the group. You're outside of the fight, but this actually is going to give you a blue die on this check. Everyone, give me a hard. That's a 3 purple perception check. Sam, you get a blue.
Oh, come on. Really?
Okay. So we're gonna ignore advantages and threats as far as like I'm not gonna make you take strain for a perception check, or anything like that. Rolo, while the fight in front of you is going on, you hear screams behind you, and you flip your head behind you, and you see that a couple of settlers are being dragged off by some more raiders on the west side of town. So far, you've only seen raiders over here attacking, but some settlers are already being pulled away into the yard, quote unquote, of the neighborhood in that direction. And PC slot.
Do I have time? Like, can I take
You can say
initiative?
something. You got two advantages, or actually no, those are two threats. At the time of you noticing this, something happens where you can't yell out immediately. Maybe there's a couple gunshots going off. That's what we'll say your two threats are.
Okay.
So you can take the first PC slot if you want to announce it to everybody.
Yeah. Rollo will try to get everyone's attention. Put his hands up, just like, hey, they're dragging some settlers. Some people are getting dragged out. There are more raiders. Over to that side.
Okay, and then you can still do the rest of your maneuver and actions and whatnot.
Saying that, Rollo will then move towards those settlers being pulled away.
Okay.
He will move twice. Yeah. I don't know when, like, how much I need to move. What range would I be to them now?
You are right there in relation to them, so you're pretty close.
So
do you have an
I'll
action
move
that you want to do?
once to this bend, and the other movement would be getting into. Actually, no, I'll just try and take a shot at them, even from this distance, just to kind of like, hey, take their attention.
Okay.
There'll be a medium.
Yeah, so 2 purple. Oh, if you haven't rolled yet, go ahead and change one of those purples to a red, because it's going to be difficult to not hit the people who are being dragged along. Unless you don't care. Unless your character would just take the shot anyways.
Actually, you know what? I will do a different.
Okay.
Let me think. I will use counter offer.
Okay. Bear with me. I gotta look it up. I'm assuming that's a talent.
Yeah, I have it written on my sheet.
Okay, yeah, so you want to stagger them. You're basically going to... Well, let's do the roll first, and then you can say what you did. So, okay. Someone want to remind me how opposed work? Do you both roll?
So you just give me... My difficulty will be their discipline. If they're a minion group, will be the discipline, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. That will be... The discipline is 2 purple.
Nice.
Great. Yeah. Okay. So it looks like whatever you do is successful. So what kind of, and then remember, this is a negotiation. It's not a coercion. So you're not like scaring them, but you're like offering them some sort of deal or something like that that will make them stop and maybe rethink the decision or something like that.
Hey guys, think it through. We won't stop chasing you, but if you leave them behind and just walk away, I'll give you some caps for it. I'm good for it. You can trust me.
They
We
take
already killed a
cover.
bunch of your friends.
They take cover and say, "All right, throw the caps over." And they're waiting while in cover for you to throw a bag of caps over. And oh, go ahead.
Let this hostage go.
Okay, so this will go back for a little bit. This is why they're staggered, because you're communicating back and forth. They're not going to do anything. NPC. These guys move forward. That puts them short between Y and tag. They're going to shoot at Y. They're a fresh group. So using pipe pistols, they shoot at the big super mutant. And they miss.
Haha.
But they'll give blue die to the next NPC. PC slot. Who hasn't gone yet?
I guess
Me. I guess, yeah. I guess Sam hears the shouting over here.
So you will be, you were at long before, or were you at medium before? Before you moved your token.
I was.
Okay, yeah, so you're at medium. Yeah, that's fine. The horizontal, for lack of a better term. Positioning doesn't matter. And so you are at medium to them.
Yes.
So you're finally in shooting range.
I could shoot them, yes. Have they seen me yet?
Right now they're preoccupied with their negotiation with Rollo. But
And
as far as
are
I'm
you-
not, as far as you getting any mechanical benefit out of that, no, not really.
Okay, and they still have their hostages around them,
Yeah.
so hitting them will be difficult. I think I'm gonna try to act like a negotiator there. I'd like to hide my gun on my body and
Okay.
pretend I'm unarmed and be like, hey, I'm unarmed, I can bring you the caps and take a hostage with me. No, but that's pretty stupid. Why wouldn't they just take me as hostage too? I mean, I can try. Let's see what happens. Or is that a really stupid idea?
I mean, you do you, man. Whatever
Do you have the talent counteroffer, or any talents for that matter, that are in that? Okay, so you're just going to be doing a straight negotiation roll. So this we'll say that this is on top of what Rollo already did. So you're reinforcing it, and you're going to be, saying like, yeah, we'll let you go. We're that kind of people. So go ahead and roll versus two. A negotiation, or if you want to charm, that works too.
Then I take charm probably. Let me check. Yes. So, what do I need to roll? Just charm and difficulty?
Do charm, and then at the top set your purple to 2 for
Okay,
the
yeah.
difficulty. You don't affect their current demeanor, if you will, but you're reinforcing the idea that maybe they can get out of this alive. So you'll give a blue die to Rollo's next. And then you also have another blue. You could use it to recover a strain. Or not blue, but you have another advantage you can use to recover a strain if you want.
Could I walk towards them without them thinking that I'm threatening them? So that I at least can get closer for a better shot if I need to shoot?
You can do a free maneuver, which will put you from medium to short. But the boost die will only go to the next ally. You won't be able to choose it's for Rollo. But Rollo can just go next if that's what y'all want to do.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
Okay.
And
so you move forward.
Just,
what are you saying as you're walking forward, trying to disarm the situation?
Yeah, pretty much what I just said. I like, hey, I'm unarmed, I can be your negotiator, and walk towards them.
Okay.
Um, just I don't want to backtrack, but I could have used. I just completely forgot to put the second section of the talent. I could have used an advantage to make the adversary an ally into the end of an encounter.
Oh, really? Just
Yeah.
one advantage?
Or unless I read the symbol wrong. Sorry.
No, yeah, that's a triumph.
A triumph. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So never mind. No. Carry on.
The NPCs go, and that's going to be this group of raiders, and they are going to make a discipline check to see if they can basically return to orders. All right, so they continue this kind of back and forth conversation with Rolo and Sam. They do take a maneuver to go to like a new set of cover. So let's see. I think I'm just going to move everyone. Well, they're still at extreme, but they go further to the west and like dragging their hostages as they go. And they go to the next set of cover. It's like a row of bushes like this and whatnot. And let's say that gives them cover and PC slot.
I'm pretty sure I already went this round, so.
I think you and I went at the end of last round.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, sure. I'll take it.
Because Y had the highest, so there should be 2 PCs left, and Sam and Rolo just went, so it only leaves us that haven't gone.
Okay.
Unless we messed it up somewhere along the way.
Yeah, because I thought, right at the start, I went right on the 3. So that was the beginning of the round. Because you had the highest initiative, so I've already gone this round.
Well, we know Rolo and Sam have gone. And we got 2... Oh, wait, maybe Rolo went at the end of last round.
Way and Tag need to go, yeah.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that the 3 is the start of the round. I went on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
yeah, I've already
maybe
gone.
it just didn't get moved.
I think
No, I went on the 3 because I told everybody that they were dragging the.
that's true. Yeah. So it's Tag and Y.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm getting mixed up. Never
Yeah.
mind.
It happens.
So I will shoot at the Raiders, and basically at this point, I'm just like, okay,
Over
Tufts,
here,
yes,
right?
follow the green guy.
Yeah.
So that maneuver to keep Tufts giving Y an unskilled boost, and
All right. So they're short to you.
great.
So 1 purple.
Just want to make sure I've got the right die in there. Yeah. All right. So 8 damage, and I'll give the next person to go. Well, that would be Y, a boost. So 2 boosts to Y.
So you get one of the raiders goes down. What does it look like?
So I just get a headshot.
Okay. Yeah, you line up your shot. Little red mist goes everywhere because it's Fallout. Y. Last PC slot.
Alrighty. Because those guys are still firing, Y is going to quickly pet the kitty because Y likes kitties, and then maneuver to get into short range of them. 2 strain and maneuver to engage with them.
So you're already at short, so you only have to do 1 maneuver to get to engaged.
Well, they were at medium range, right? Or were they within
you
short?
were in short. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so it's only
if
one
we
maneuver?
if we had a bigger circle, it'd be more like this.
Okay, all right. No, that I assumed they were in a separate range band, so that's fine.
Yeah.
He still take 2 strain and then aim instead of use it for movement. So a total of 3 boosts, 2 difficulty for a melee swing, and
This is gonna be good.
find my sword button, and we will sword them for
So once again,
10 damage.
You kill 2 raiders in 1 swing. What does it look like?
I'm imagining Tufts is there, like, helping Y. So Tufts probably, like, grabs one of them by the leg, and Y, thinking that the raider is going to hurt the cat, says, "Don't hurt Kitty!" and swings, just, like, chopping off that leg, and then follows up with, like, an upswing to just, like, separate the other raider clean in half.
All right.
and then we will use the 4 advantage to pass a boost to the next person for 1 and recover 3 strain.
Maybe one of the things Tufts now has like a raider leg in his mouth as he's running around.
Top of the round PC slot. Makes the most sense for Sam and Rolo so that they can get this negotiation going, but up to y'all.
Sounds good.
So what does stagger? I'm not familiar with stagger in this system.
Basically, you can't. Actually, is it?
You can't take an action.
You can't do anything. Okay, yeah.
You can still do
first I
maneuvers
was like,
and
yeah.
incidentals.
At first, I was like, oh,
until they
man, I
pass,
moved him.
I'm gonna use a D&D term, a save in some sort.
I read that to be it was just for 1 turn, so you would have to use it again to continue staggering them.
Well, I can only use counter offer once to stagger.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I like how this is going, a non-combat resolution to this encounter. So if you want, you can continue doing a negotiation. It just won't stagger them. You just have to do really good to keep them pinned down, for lack of a better term.
It looks like they're still staggered because it's the end of their next turn.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still staggered.
Oh, well, they had a turn after that. So no, they're no longer staggered.
Yeah, they did have a turn.
Never mind.
Yeah, they moved after. Yeah.
But yeah, they're free to do anything right now, but you can continue to negotiate with them. It just won't have a mechanical effect on their ability to do stuff.
Yeah. Rolo will proceed to follow, so take up a movement, But as as Rolo is kind of running holding his pipe pistol down, looking, he notices that the super mutant sliced another 2 dudes from the distance. He's like, "Come on, guys. You're the only ones left. Really think that you're gonna get away from this alive? Just think this through. Just let the hostage goes, and you guys can go. And I promise, I am a man of my word. I will toss you some caps, but you gotta let the hostages go."
At that point, you just hear a super mutant roar in the background as the combat's going on for the past boost die.
So there will be another 2 diff negotiations with a boost. Is that correct?
I don't know about the difficulty, but yeah, the boost die was for one of my advantages. I passed it just to the next PC turn.
Yeah. Their discipline was 2, so I guess it would be the same. Unless he wants to make it more difficult.
Oh, I've been talking when I've been muted. I've been out of sync. Yeah, 2 purple. Sorry.
All right. And then Rolo is saying this, like, if they're looking at Rolo still has his gun in his hand, but he's kind of like, kind of out in the open. His arms are opening. He's kind of having like, come on, just do it, gesture,
That's pretty good. They're like, okay, 20 caps. That's enough to get us out of here.
Rolo quickly grabs 20 caps from his pockets, tears a piece of cloth, and kind of like bundles it all up and throws at them.
One of them scurries because you don't throw it far enough, and they scurry out of cover to get it, and they grab the 20 caps, and they head back, and you can see them push the hostages away. Now, does anyone want to stop them from leaving? You can shoot them, whatnot. You can charge at them. Or do you just want to end the combat here? Does anyone want to continue fighting them?
I would say Tag is just too busy with what's going on over there, looking for more raiders coming, so he wouldn't even notice this part.
I won't stop them, I guess.
Yeah, Y's just going to follow what the group wants to do. So if the group moves to engage them, Y will move to engage them. If they don't, then he's happy to let them leave if that's what the group consensus is.
I mean, Rolo only did this to get the hostages away from them. So, like, what happens to them, they got their money. So if you want to kill them, that's fine. The hostages are now safe, so he's happy with that.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Rolo, quick thing. Wounds and strain aren't like hit points in D&D. It's the other way around. You count up. So your threshold should be 0 / the number. Because right now your token, it shows that you're over
Yeah.
your wound threshold.
Oh, okay. I thought I just went down from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they push the 2 hostages out. It's a couple. I don't know. You've met them. They're nice enough, but tend to stay by themselves. So you don't know much about them. They push the hostages out from behind the cover, and they start running to the west. And y'all let them go. Deduct those 20 caps.
So everything's automated in the sheet here on the Excel sheet. How do I do this? Kind of put a gears and pay 20 caps.
Oh, so what you want to do is go to the character info tab.
Oh, I know. In the roll 20.
You could just, that one.
Yeah, on the Excel
On
sheet.
the Excel sheet. I'm not sure about that one.
Oh,
That'd be a tough answer.
just right where you've got the caps that you have, where it has equals, just put in -20.
If you want to track it more like itemized, what I did is at the bottom of the inventory sheet is I started doing expenses. So like I've got the stay in good neighbor from episode 2 that costs 30 caps, and I just put unit price 30 caps and quantity 1. So then it'll track,
okay.
and that's if you want to track your expenses.
That's good. I like
That's
that.
a good idea. I'll do that. Yeah, thanks, man.
Okay. I'm gonna go away for 1 minute to give my dog something to get her to be quiet. I'll be right back.
No worries.
And takes you a
Can I
couple
say-
minutes. Go
I
ahead.
can say my advantages help someone get give a boost to someone's roll to gain strain, or that doesn't work like that.
Sure, why not? Probably doesn't, but sure, why not?
Someone, if you need a lot of strain, roll a boost with your
Okay.
roll.
Yeah, so tag recovers 2 strain. I don't think you get anything for an advantage.
No, it's just the hits.
Yeah, just the success. Yeah.
Does anyone have any? Oh, Sam, you didn't need to roll the difficulty.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that, yeah.
Oh yeah. You still pretty much got the same thing.
And yeah, one of you can
Successes.
roll a boost if you want.
Yeah, Sam, why don't you roll a blue die to see if you can cover some of that strain?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're the one right next to him, anyways. Okay, so you recover 1 strain.
Does anyone
So-
have any medical skills?
No.
Nope.
Someone has a bunch of stim packs.
Yeah,
maybe.
I want to save on the stim packs if possible, but I'll use one if no one else has medical skills. I mean, I've got them, but it wouldn't be too helpful to do it on myself because of the added 2 difficulty. So
I will. I got some. I got 6 on me. So if you're looking pretty bad.
oh yeah,
I'll-
I've got some. I just to spare some if we had someone who could do a medical check instead, I would have gone with that. But I'll just use the stim pack. Thanks, so.
All right, so it takes you a couple minutes for the chaos battle to diminish, and you realize, okay, it looks like everything's fine. You've got 6 raider corpses around you, and a couple of startled ex-hostages. And what do you want to do?
Well, Tag wants to see where they came from, so whichever group landed first, I guess, just to track around and see.
So they came, at least the first time you heard the shots and whatnot, were from the east.
And then I guess also too, just looking through their stuff to see if they have any identifying markers of specific gangs or anything like that.
Give me a perception check to search the bodies. We'll just say this is no difficulty, and the amount of successes you get determines how much info you get.
Okay, cool.
3 bits of info. Their boots are muddy. Let me rephrase that. It looks like they went through some body of water recently, or at least close enough to where, you know, they had got muddy boots and whatnot. You see a crude emblem with the numbers 52 on it, with a blue background and yellow font. It's like, it almost looks like a badge, but like a junker badge. And for the third one, you find a like a magazine, no, a newspaper on one of them, and it's actually from Mississippi, which is quite far away from Boston. So you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's of the day of the Great War starting, like that day's newspaper. Anyone else want to do anything before Tag goes and tries to follow the tracks?
Just make sure the hostages are okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So,
Yeah, I want to
Do you
double
have-
up on guard duty and whatnot. You know, hey, how'd this happen? What the heck?
well, Y was the only one who was kind of patrolling, at least if you're of the people who are here. But the couples, Aaron and Daniel, and they are kind of recent settlers to Sanctuary, and they're pretty startled and whatnot. They're kind of not talkative that much about what go on right now. They're just kind of in shock. If you want to coax them to give you some information, you could probably do a charm check to help calm them down.
Oh yeah, I would try to calm them down, definitely. Not like get any information or something, yeah, but calming down definitely is a good idea, I
I
think.
will assist Sam.
Okay.
Do you have a skill rank in that? In charm?
In charm?
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay. So you get a blue die, Sam.
Okay. There we go.
So you like bring them back into their house. Like you could see, based on the situation in the room, that like the back entrance was the way that the raiders got in. So like you try to close the door, and I don't know. You comfort them, say, "Oh no, they're gone." You know, Y and Tag are out there looking for them. They're not going to come back. All that kind of stuff. And what do you want to use your advantages for?
That's a good question. I mean, what can I use them for? The goal was to calm them down.
Yeah.
I need to make some friends maybe here, get people to know, but that's
maybe
really...
you've gained their trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, so other people see you calming them down, and they see your empathy, and some of the other settlers are like, "Oh wow, that was Sammy rolled, right?"
Yeah.
Same guy. He looks pretty nice, and you know, later on in the day, you know, people come up to you and be like, "Yeah, that was a good job you did. You know, saved lives," and you know,
Well,
the
I
couple in the west side of town, you know.
didn't.
They look like they're doing better. You're doing a good job. Now that doesn't happen yet, but let's just hope you survive long enough for them to give you
Yeah.
give you the accolades. Does anyone else want to do anything before Tag goes on his hunt? Okay. All right, Tag. What's the plan? What do you want to do?
Well, before I go out hunting, I'm actually going to go back to those makeshift mole rat traps, and I'm going to start placing them around the outskirts of the town.
Okay. I'll say that takes like about an hour, unless you get help from the others.
Sure, I'd help if If it's
Yeah,
not
'cause
too
I-
difficult.
I'll warn you, they're gonna have to roll to place them correctly
Okay.
if you ask for help.
Can this be part of my foraging skill? Because that halves the time that it takes to do survivally stuff.
You mean in the side mission?
No, I meant my actual forager talent.
Oh, okay. You said skill, so I wasn't sure what you meant.
Sorry,
I'm
talent.
not familiar with all the talents just yet. Forager.
It's page
Yeah.
73.
Yeah,
so.
that'll work.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, that's fine. You give them enough instructions, and the trap is simple enough that any intelligent human, so maybe don't give Y one,
Yeah.
will not have a problem. So that case, it takes like 15 minutes. You give the instructions, everyone spreads out, they place the traps, and you come back, and you're in the center of town again.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
So I would say that yeah, I want to find out where these guys came from. I want to track them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a survival check. Say 2 purples, and you get a blue die from knowing about the muddy boots. Gives you an idea of what kind of routes they may have taken.
Right. All right, survival. Here we go.
Perfect. It looks like they weren't trying to hide their tracks at all. You start with this group, right? The first group that engaged.
Mhm.
Okay. You follow their track. It kind of goes around the north side. Hopefully this is still drawing because I can't see it. Okay, yeah. And they came around town, and then as you can see, at various points they link up with the second group that attacked. And finally, it's off screen, but back
So
there.
they actually came in from the west, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you could see that they originally came from the west, split up, and yeah, you see that it was one big group split up into one small group, and then 2 other smaller groups branched out over here again.
Okay.
So yeah, it looks like it should be fairly easy to track them to their camp or whatever, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, let's. That I definitely want to nip this in the bud.
Yeah, it's a nearby threat. Don't want to keep
Especially
them
that
around
since
too
we've
long.
already taken some of them out. So
Yeah. Okay. You have 4. It's pretty easy to follow it the rest of the way. Let me look up something real quick.
I will tell the townsfolk though that we need to have guards on duty around the clock while we're gone. So yeah,
Yeah, we'll assume the other player characters are on guard right now.
perfect.
Well, your team has been sent to deal with the threat. I don't know why they sent 2 negotiators as part of this, but that's just how it went. I guess we'll do that. So you're traveling along. It goes, and this is just based off my Fallout 4 knowledge of the area that may be incorrect. You go past the kind of lake that's to the east that has the radioactive truck that you've seen plenty of times tag.
Wait, to the east or to the west? I thought we were going to the west.
This is like a upside down view, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, it
This
is.
is south, so
Yeah.
this is west, and that's east.
Well, no.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's the west is.
We're going west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Anyways, that way towards the lake. You've got the radioactive truck there with the barrels that you've seen plenty of times. Does anyone want to do anything with that?
Avoid it.
Yeah. Okay. You keep going. You're like avoiding the water around there, and I need a perception. Oh, who's in front? I'm assuming it's Tag, but
Yeah, I mean that would be most likely.
okay. Give me a perception check, Tag.
What difficulty?
Well, actually, let me look at your skills. I don't want to give it away by telling you the alternative, but in case this other skill is more appropriate. Yeah. Yeah, give me a perception with 2 purples as the difficulty. Oh. Oh, that's a triumph. Okay. I thought that was a despair. I guess it wouldn't have a despair unless it was red. You see about 5 feet in front of you is a trip line for a trap.
Okay.
What do you want your triumph to be?
I want my triumph to be that I see it and I can see exactly where to disarm it, but I can still keep it.
Okay, it's a bottle cap mine,
Okay.
and it's pretty easy. There's a pin. There's a line that goes to a pin. If you just cut the line, you can take it with you.
Okay. Yeah. So it's got
Like-
caps.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You can just do that too. You can have a little bit of explosives that just explode, don't really deal a whole lot of damage, and some caps if that's what you want to do.
Oh, yeah. I'll keep it intact for now.
Okay.
But
All right.
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
You continue on your path, and it goes around, and you travel probably like 20 minutes. Your survival check is really good, so you don't have to keep rolling to keep tracking it. And the farther away you get from the camp, the even lazier they were about covering their tracks. You I guess that wouldn't happen. Go ahead and give me a perception check. This could be everyone. I'll give a blue die to tag, though.
Oh, by the way, anyone who's actually within, I forgot to do this earlier, but anyone who's within short range of me gets a boost because I've got heightened awareness. And if anyone's actually engaged with me, then they get 2 boosts, but I would say probably everyone's just short.
I would say that it depends on where the cat is.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I would like to
Well,
RP
right next to
as, it's actually Tufts that is, kind of scouting around and doing his thing. So maybe Tufts is engaged with Y.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, Y is more like engaged with Tufts. He is not stopping petting this cat.
Okay.
It was an average difficulty. Oh yeah, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks because I don't get a boost, but everyone else does.
All right, so I'm going to take the 2 boosts for being engaged with Tufts. Is that kosher, or should I only take the 1?
Oh god damn it! Why didn't it roll though?
Where would the second one come from?
That was his talent. I thought it was if it was engaged with him.
Oh,
I
is
assumed
it
the cat
2
was
for the
next to
talent?
him.
Yeah. If you're
okay, yeah,
in short,
then
it's
that's
1.
fine.
Engaged is 2.
Oh, yes. Then yes, you can get 2.
Because
So you are next to the kitty. Everyone sees this. It's a very poor ambush that's been set up, and it's right in front of you. And I'm not actually going to put the tokens down yet because you see them before they see you. You see 6 raiders on either side of the small little divot, I guess, between 2. Maybe they're like trees that have been eroded away underneath it. But it looks like they were expecting you to come through this almost like a tunnel, and they're going to ambush you. But you see them before they see you. So what do y'all want to do?
I actually want to take the bottle cap mine and throw it and try to shoot it when it's by them.
That would be like the beginning of the combat. Does anyone want to do anything before that, like flank around or anything like that?
Yeah, that would be. If there's some way to flank them while staying in cover, I'd like to do that.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah, that would be more tag style anyway.
Okay,
So
let me
stealthy
give you a
stuff.
quick free hand of what this will kind of look like. So that's a really poor drawing. It's in the upper left-hand corner, by the way. So you got like Raider 1 and Raider 2. Those are 2 groups. You could probably flank one of them and basically easily flank them. The other one will still be in cover from their side.
Yeah.
So if anything, maybe y'all split up, kind of do a pincer movement. I don't know, whatever y'all want. Then you could flank both of them.
Y will follow everyone's lead after pulling his sword out.
We should split up. Like 2 people go one side, 2 people go the other. Maybe like Y and Sam can go one side, Tag and Rolo can go another, or Tag and Sam and then Wade and
The
Rolo.
thing is, I'm not good at shooting anyways. If someone's standing in melee with them, I think it's
So
not the
then
best
you
idea.
and Tag can go together.
Yeah.
And then I mean Rolo's not that good at shooting, but
Okay.
you just kind of like try
And be
to,
there.
to just let Wade.
Emotional support.
But yeah.
Okay.
So I guess me and Wade go one way, and then that's what Rolo was suggesting. Like, maybe we should,
Okay.
to go left, to go right.
Give me a stealth check. We'll do the 2 groups. So basically, it was what, Sam and Tag, right?
Okay.
And then Y. Okay, so Rolo and Y will roll together. Sorry, Tufts is sticking with Tag. Sorry, Y. Rolo and Y will roll
Aw.
together, and if the overall roll is bad, let's say it's 1 purple. So, have a stealth check. Y and Rolo are going to be grouped together to see if they're spotted as a group, and Tag and Sam will be.
Is there a stealth check for each of us, or did you want to combine?
Yeah, each of y'all, and I'm going to combine them into an overall.
And 1
pass or
purple, you
fail.
said difficulty,
Yeah.
right? Haha! Y continues his plan of being super stealthy with no dice.
Tag covers Rolla.
And Y covers Sam.
No,
Or
Sam
no.
succeeded also.
No, Y
Other way
is
around.
with Rolo, and then Tag
Yeah.
is with Sam. So
Y
Tag covers
Oh.
Sam, and then
Rolo.
Y
Yeah, that's
covers
good.
Rolo.
Yeah, so y'all successfully get your flank. For the purposes of this, I'm going to say y'all are at short if you want. You can be at medium if you prefer. And
Yeah,
it's going to
short's
be
good.
2 groups of raiders in the middle who are going to have a low life expectancy, I assume. Just go back to that. Hold on. Let me undo that. Map layer. That group right there. That group right there. So we've got our left team. The left flank maneuver team is Y and Rolo, and the closest group is the one that's next to you, and vice versa. So we're gonna do the. Are you still gonna do the mine thing?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Might as well try it.
Okay. As a heads up, I'm thinking the difficulty would be 1 a red and a black die to hit it. If you
Okay.
want to roll the dice on that.
Sure thing.
Please don't roll it this bad.
All right.
Yeah. If you roll a despair, it's not going to go well.
What do you mean the mind faces the wrong way?
All right. So 1 red,
What do you
1
mean
purple, or
1
1
red,
black.
1 black.
Got
Yes.
it. Okay. And I'm actually going to use a story point to
Okay.
upgrade that. So upgrade my check, and let me put in the upgrade there. Upgrade. And here goes.
Okay. A threat. Do you just want to take some strain, or?
Yeah, I'm stressed out. I don't want to blow up in my face. So
Okay. So you chuck it, and you hit it. Now that damage isn't going to all be applied to it, but we're going to give blast. Ooh, how does blast affect a group of rivals?
or a group of minions, you mean?
Or a
Unless they're
group of
rivals.
minions, yeah.
Yeah, it actually
Minion
hits
takes
each of
blast
them.
damage. Blast is very, very good against minions.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are shattered with with shrapnel, and the group that's closest to you are already looking worse for wear, and it's only the opening salvo of the fight.
Yay!
So let's go ahead and do initiative. Like I said, select your character first, and then go to the weapons tab, and then click on cool, because you all know that this is coming.
Don't forget to wipe any difficulty that you've got.
Yeah, I don't get why it doesn't do that automatically.
It's just the button right below
That's
the
just
D20.
threats anyway, so you'll be okay. You just remember to add
Where's
to.
the cool button? There we go.
It's the same thing anyways. I accidentally hit cool on the first one, but
Although I need to re-roll that. That shouldn't have been a yellow. My cool is
it's
Oh
probably
no,
No, no.
it's a display error.
yeah.
no on the sheet it's marked as a yellow.
Oh, okay.
Rollo's gonna use his advantage to say he found cover.
Okay.
Behind a rock or something.
I'm gonna put a little icon on here so we don't forget.
So
That'll give
let
a black
me,
black die to all the.
So yeah, instead of 1 and 1, that would have just been 1 for Y there.
Okay, so this second 1 for 1 is now just 1. We have an extra PC.
You have to delete 1 because I rolled
Like
because
that.
I rolled twice to correct it.
Okay, so top of the round PC. Who wants to? Oh, actually, let's do advantages first. Who got the 4 and 3?
That
Rollo.
was Rollo. That's I
Okay.
use my advantage for the cover. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. And then you can get a blue die on your first roll.
Awesome.
And who got the 2 and 2? Let's see.
Oh, tag have 2 advantages.
Yep, there it is. What do you want to use your advantages for?
Set up a name.
Okay. So you're already ready. You threw it, boom, it explodes while they're like the chaos of like, oh my god, we're under attack. You get ready and you start to aim.
When it goes and the caps go everywhere, you just hear tag go cha-ching!
And 2-1 is Sam. It looks like Sam. What do you use your advantage for?
Cover, I guess.
Okay. All right, top of the round, 4-3. Who wants to go?
I can wait since I did the bottle cap stuff.
I mean, Y's just gonna charge in. So if anybody wants to do shooty stuff, do shooty stuff.
Yeah, I'll take a shot at. I'm in short range of all of them, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna take a shot at the ones that are hurt already a little bit.
Okay.
So be these ones here, right?
So they do have cover because you're across the way from their ambush spot, so they do have cover right now. Yeah.
And the ones closer to me then don't.
Do not, yeah, because you flanked them.
So I'll shoot them. I'll shoot at them. So that's short. 1 boost.
Yeah, that all looks correct. So you don't hit them, but you get 2 advantages. What do you want to use that for?
I will.
You can
I'll
cause
say,
strain on them, which is effectively damage to
I will
them.
give way an extra maneuver.
At least I think you can use 2 for strain, right?
No, that's only just spares, I believe.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay, never mind. You give a boost die to Y. Okay. NPC
Can't
slots.
I give someone a maneuver with 2 advantages?
I think you need 3.
I need 3. Okay.
I'm looking at
Yeah,
a cheat
so-
sheet that's Edge of the Empire, but
No, well, for 2 you can take immediate free maneuver
Yes, you
for
can.
you that doesn't count against your 2 per turn. But I don't believe there is a way to actually give somebody else a maneuver outside of some specific talents.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just give way a boost die then.
Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, the journals also have the advantages and threats for combat and social and stuff like that.
Oh, cool. I didn't see that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. outside a little bit next time. NPCs. We're gonna say they're both go right after each other, anyways. Well, actually, no, we have one more PC. I don't know why the advantages didn't count, but I'm gonna say because the advantage is a higher number, the PC goes first. So one more PC slot before the NPCs go. Maybe why?
I mean, he can definitely go if nobody else wants to.
I mean, I'm gonna shoot the guys on my side anyway, so I don't think he will be in the way of that. So go for it.
Yeah, why don't you go?
All right, then he's gonna maneuver to get engaged with this group up here that didn't get hit by the mine,
Mhm.
and then he'll take 2 strain to aim and swing up that sword with the extra boost that was passed.
I might need to beef up these raiders.
So
12 damage.
12.
You get 2 with 1. Just what does it look like?
Arms and limbs get severed and start flying. As Y is yelling, "Surrender!"
So Salmon Tag, you're in the middle of the fight, but from your peripheral, you're like shooting at the guys on your side, but you just see arms and legs go flying on the other side of this ambush spot, and you're like, oh well, yeah, Y's doing a good job over there.
Yep. Tuss even jumps up and grabs a flailing limb that flies by.
That's gonna become a thing.
Totally. And with my boost, or with my advantage there, we're going to pass the boost to the next player.
Okay. The one raider that's next to Y is going to attempt to hit him. Yeah, let me just make sure.
I'm sorry, I forgot to add difficulty in. Give me just a second. We're probably going to have to hit this. I completely spaced it. I just realized that because I was setting up the one side and I forgot to set up the other.
Either.
So there's no past boost and it does 1 less damage.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Still, limbs still go everywhere. It's just this guy doesn't get hit by one of them in the head. He comes at you with a stick, basically.
I mean, I've got a slightly sharpened stick, so I guess we're even.
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
9 damage. He hits you like straight on the head.
No, that'll happen. Let's see here.
Like your helmet.
Ahsoka 5, so that's gonna do what, 4?
Yeah. Your helmet like rings as the raider looks terrified because he actually did damage to you, and he thinks that it's not going to go well for him soon.
Yeah, and just as he smacks Y on the helmet, Y is gonna smile, and it looks really creepy because Y's just smiling like, I knew a helmet was a good idea, and it just looks like this weird battle smile. As Y is proud that his forethought in getting a helmet is paid off.
The injured raiders are going to charge because they don't have cover. Their only option is to try to get in the thick of it with you and just stab you to death. They will get 2 rates. And which person are they attacking? I guess Tag, because he... you know what? I'll just do 1d2.
I mean, that makes sense.
Tag. Yeah, okay. They may not have known that you did it, so I'm just randomly assigning it. And 2 difficulty, yes. Oh. I think they're gonna crit.
So who did they end up going for?
You, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. They're going to use that to crit you. Oh, goodness, that's kind of high. Which one is that?
At the brink, target suffers 2 strain each time they perform an action until this critical injury is healed. That's a tough one.
Yeah. And you take 8 damage with your soak. Wait, I didn't accidentally give him an extra yellow, did I? Or is that the...
That's the error.
Okay. Which one is it when you get a
The
success and an
furthest one
advantage?
away, like it's always the one that's a success and advantage. So
Yeah.
you'll never see a triumph or anything on that. It's just a display error.
Okay. PC slot. Tag and Sam are in the thick of it.
I think I already went.
No, you did your opening salvo, and then you said, "Well, I just did the mine."
Yeah,
so
I
I'll
like
wait.
to respond immediately. I mean, geez. I'm going to take a maneuver to back up, and I'm going to shoot at them from short. And I will take 2 strain for that, but I'll mark that down just a second. Okay. They're no longer engaged with me. I just want to make sure I've got everything else. And dope.
Okay.
I kind of stumble over.
What is your actual injury that causes the at the brink? I'm thinking like your leg is broken or something.
I wouldn't say broken. I mean, it's just causing strain instead of actually bleeding out. But I mean, seriously bruised.
Maybe you twisted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you twisted your ankle. So you're like hobbling backwards, and the pain and the not being.
Or
able
I
to
would say
plant your
more
leg.
probably one of his ribs or something, because his maneuvers aren't affected.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So you have a bruised
Cracked rib.
Yeah, cracked rib. It hurts, and so like you go to take your shot, and just like the usual inhaling and exhaling that you do before your shot just hurts, and you go. Ugh.
Yeah.
Shot goes wild. And Sam, you're the last one.
Okay, so am I still in cover?
They have jumped over that cover, and they're now
Okay,
engaged with you because Tag ran away.
Okay. So
you're
if I'm
engaged with them.
And if I use a pistol, that doesn't do anything negative for my attack, but it will.
No, it does.
give
It's a
them
ranged
boost.
attack. It adds
Yeah,
difficulty.
you will have 3 purples for your attack, so you should probably just use your maneuver to walk away.
Yeah, probably. That's a good idea. I do that. So 1 maneuver to move away, and then.
And don't forget, we've got story points to use to upgrade, skill checks and stuff.
Oh yeah. I just shoot them for now. So that's 1 difficulty.
Yes.
2.
1
Okay.
1 purple.
All right. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. Nah.
You miss, but 3 advantages.
Okay.
You can wipe their cover.
Are they in cover from us? Yeah, then I
Well,
guess let's do that.
you would wipe the cover for the other 2.
You can disable a weapon, but there's 3 of them, so that's probably not a good idea. You can gain melee or ranged defense. And yeah, you can get rid of the weapon.
So I could get rid of the cover for the others?
Yeah, they aren't really in cover though because they charged you, so that's probably probably don't want to do that. I will say though that you can somehow do something that prevents them from taking cover the next turn. Maybe like tags in one direction, you're in the other, and basically all terrain that would give them cover isn't going to give. It's not useful. You've basically got them surrounded. If you want to do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so they can't take cover next turn. Top of the round, PC slot.
If you guys don't mind, I'd like to just shoot these guys. I mean, I've got this horrible crit.
Yeah, go for it, bud.
Go ahead, man.
All right, so I'm actually going to aim this time, line up the shot, and I'm going to flip a story point. I'm going to activate Lucky Strike to add 4 damage to that. So it's going to be 13.
You really want that?
So you kill all 3 of them. Doesn't necessarily need to be with 1 bullet, but how do you how do you do it?
Yeah, I just kind of line up the shot. Two of the guys happen to get right in, and so headshot, double headshot, and the other guy turns and maybe he's starting to run away, and bam, another
Mhm.
shot. Like, to the
Yeah,
heart.
so like Sam shoots at them, and they both like take cover for Sam's direction, and they just happen to be lined up for you, and plop. And then as the other guy is like, fuck this, you get him in the back. And they are out the count.
All right,
Another
so
PC slot.
this is a pretty bad crit, so I'm going to need to actually try to heal this myself, even though it's going to be really difficult. So, do any of you are any of you pretty intellectual? I don't think so, though.
I think we have charisma, you guys.
Do any of you
Yeah,
have at
yeah.
least an intellect of 3?
I do not know.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's really
willpower of 3.
yikes. It's going to be a really tough one. Let me.
Luckily, it's you, the person who has to continue the tracking. Otherwise, someone else would probably just be sent back home and told to rest.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
needed. In the meantime, there's one raider left. Why don't you go ahead and finish him off?
Yeah, we can
Oh,
do
I
that.
forgot him.
I'll even remember to put in the
Whoops, sorry.
difficulty this time.
That's okay.
So we will just aim once with the maneuver and swing with a sword here.
Yep. It's easy. What's it look like?
I'm assuming that he's gonna try to run away, and he just gets sorted for it.
Okay. Ah.
You know, he tries to run away and was like, "I told you to surrender," and then just like chops him across the back.
All right. So cool or discipline to regain strain. No difficulty, just straight up roll. Why gets a lot?
Yep.
I didn't suffer any.
Oh, okay. So as the fight finishes, you actually maybe hear or see one of the raiders is out of the combat but survived and is crawling away. Probably, I'm thinking the one that tag shot in the back. He's like crawling away. What do you want to do?
You know, question him. Be like, who sent you? How many are there at your base? Why did you attack us?
He's like, I'm not gonna make it. I'll tell you, but you gotta help me first. He's like holding on to like a bullet wound that's in his abdomen. Just stim pack me, and I'll tell you. Now y'all can roll to change that, but that's his opening offer.
Yeah, well, I was just gonna take out his stim pack and hit him with it.
I don't know how, but you know, it's 5 hit wounds healed, so I guess the stim pack like does something in the stomachy area. And he's like, "Oh, okay. Give me a second."
Okay.
I just like to make sure that he doesn't have a weapon anywhere.
Yeah, you like kick his pipe pistol away, pick it up or something. He's like, he puts his he crawls to a tree and puts his back to it, like sits there, and he's like, yeah, no, who sent me? The overseer. He sent me. I was supposed to get hostages. We're slavers. Now. He waits for y'all to say something.
Okay.
Someone besides the
Who
super
is
mutant
this?
want to do the interrogation?
Yeah. Who is this
Come on,
overseer?
why in social situations is the best?
Sorry, what'd you say in the background?
Who is this overseer?
He's the overseer. Vault 52. Yeah, we're our mission's to bring back slaves so that we can, continue populating the vault. I haven't been there yet, but he recruited me, and so far it's been going well. He like coughs and a little bit of blood comes out of his mouth so far.
Okay,
What are
how
they
far?
using? So they're just using the slaves to be repopulated?
He says that the slaves are needed for the vault, to keep it running so that the important guys like us don't have to work anymore. We're supposed to do a run here and then we'll head back to the vault.
How far away is that vault? Is it likely that there are gonna be more people coming if you didn't succeed?
Yeah, we have a camp. It's like 20 raiders, more I guess after the few you've killed already. He wouldn't say raiders actually. Men, he would say. He doesn't consider himself a raider. But I don't know where the vault is. I think he doesn't tell us because he doesn't want a revolt on his hands, so he's keeping that secret. But it's been a good gig so far.
Except until you got shot.
Precisely. He
Where
starts to
do-
like kind
where-
of get up, stand up a little bit, like using the tree to help him up as the stim packs continue working.
I'll pull out a map. Like, where is your camp?
He's like, well, I don't really know the area map wise. We've only been here for a little bit. How about this? I'll take you to the bottom of the hill where our camp is. You let me go, and that'll be that.
Whoa, there are 20 raiders? No way.
That's a lot of
He
raiders.
shrugs.
We're not taking you back.
Well, 20 raiders minus.
Well, no. I mean, like, obviously, you're going to stop them. You look like do-gooders.
No,
I'm gonna
I'm a
walk
knight.
away once I get you there.
So, out of character wise,
you can roll a discipline to see if he's lying.
Okay.
No one. I was expecting y'all to be like, I think he's lying. I'll roll a discipline.
Nope, I believed him.
The difficulty is 2 purple.
I roll. I mean, everybody can roll, right? Yeah.
Anyone who's listening to the conversation.
Y believes him because Y is unfamiliar with the concept of dishonesty.
Oh, by the way, so one change that Genesis did make is that it's not against discipline; it's against vigilance. To
Oh,
notice
is it?
to notice tells
it's
when someone's lying.
Oh,
Probably
that's
the
an
same
interesting
thing.
change.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same stuff.
Is that actively looking for lies or just
No, vigilance is
happening?
passive. I know it's weird. Perception is the active, and vigilance is the
So
passive.
I'm rolling this vigilance.
Yeah, vigilance against 2 purple.
I'd rather be disciplined.
Um. So, Sam, you think that 20 count was before you killed what? How many would that be? 12 raiders?
So like, yeah, I'm just gonna ask him,
He
trying to
said
read.
20. He said 20, and then like paused for a second and said, "Well, I mean, after all the other ones you killed, 20."
Are you sure about that? Like, I don't really believe you.
Okay. I mean, if you count all the slaves that we have, it might be 20, but it's more like, a few guys left and Blaster and the Overseer, and that's it.
What about that Mississippi?
You could say the word Mississippi.
Well, people was talking about y'all had some papers with Mississippi on it. Is she a prisoner too?
Wait. the Raiders confused. No, like Mississippi is a place. I think
Oh,
Joel is from Mississippi.
well,
I
that's
guess you
good.
killed Joel. He was on the assault team.
Well, maybe he should not have assaulted us then.
He doesn't say anything. So, do we have a deal? I'll take you to the hill, and then you just let me go.
I'm not sure what's stopping him from just sending the 12 raiders after us or warning them.
I mean,
Yeah,
Tag
like,
would. He's idealistic, so reluctantly, he would say, "Yeah."
How about this? He like puts his hands out after completing the standing up part. Tie my hands. I won't have any weapons, and I'll run in the opposite direction.
All right, you better.
All right, you tie him up. He's like, "Okay, you ready?"
Well, maybe instead, if we tie his hands up, he's just gonna get dead out there from like a mole rat or something. Maybe we could take him back and make him get food and stuff and re, re and Wise looking like he's really struggling. Rehabilitated him.
So Tag looks like he is sucking on sour sugar dandies right now, but nods at that. He doesn't like the idea, but the better part of him is
I
going
mean,
along with it.
why is idealistic? He's
Yeah.
almost like an innocent in the wasteland, so he doesn't want to send somebody out just to die.
Yep.
As noble as that is, uh, sorry, I don't know your name, so I'll just call you Super Mutant.
Okay.
I'm new to Sanctuary. I kind of arrived, and you guys got attacked, and first instinct was to help out. But I'll tell you this: if you all seem like a bunch of hardworking people, it doesn't seem like he wants to work. That's the reason why he was happy just kidnapping people around the wasteland and making them slaves.
He pipes up. Whoa! No, I don't mind working. It's just that was the easiest job, and like we got food and whatnot from the
Tells us
dudes.
a lot about your morals here. If you're like, well, I'm okay not working as long as I got slaves working for me. You know.
He doesn't say anything.
Well, I mean, if he's okay with working, we could take him back to Sanctuary or to that place, the Ten Pines place where they grow the food, and he could work there.
That's an idea. I don't think I really want to see him around here, but then again, we're putting Ten Pines in danger, so maybe we should just keep him in Sanctuary.
I mean,
That doesn't sound horrible. You looked like you had a good place going.
we could build him a little house with a locked door on it, and then a little field with like some mud fruit or something outside, and he could grow the mud fruit, and then that would feed him and other people's.
I mean, we should probably also ask the other residents. I mean, I don't know how the people that almost got kidnapped would feel
Yeah,
about.
let's take him back, and we'll see.
I kept waiting for somebody to point out that we're angry at him for slavery, and Wise suggesting putting him into slavery.
Indentured servitude.
He's just repaying his
Totally
debt.
different.
So are y'all going to force him to show you where the camp is first, or
Well, he said that
Probably.
it was part of the deal, so yeah.
he's like, well, when
Does
you I'm assuming you're going to attack the camp and be do-gooders.
Yes,
Do I just stay
am
at the
a
bottom of the
do-gooder.
hill, or I want to get this figured out before I don't want to get shot.
Stay out of sight, and yeah, we'll take you back with us.
We could tie him in a tree.
Yeah, let's do that.
Uh, um, Okay. He doesn't seem sure about that, but he doesn't really have a choice.
Don't worry, we'll put you up high so none of them mole rats or rat scorpions could eat your feet.
Thank you.
I try to be nice.
So he, are you going to try to do your medical check, Tech?
It's too high. It would just make things worse. So I'll just have to carry on, and if
Oh.
I can't attack, I'll just try to give unskilled assistance to attacks with other people, like covering fire.
Okay. Cool. So the raider, you find out his name is. He's got a raider name, not a real name. Breaker. His name's Breaker. Leads you towards the camp. A couple of times along the way, he's like, "Oh wait, don't stop, don't stand there," and he points out like a trap, and he goes around it. So he at least seems to be kind of holding up his end of the bargain, and you realize that there's a bunch of traps.
Well, that's good.
And you eventually, I'd say probably.
I was gonna say, can we like attempt to remove and acquire these traps?
So these traps are going to be more barbaric, just wood, sticks, and whatnot, various things. If you really are interested, I think this would be more of a Twitch thing. One of them is actually a coffee can filled with radioactive sludge that was going to be catapulted in your direction. If you triggered the trap, you could take that if you want.
Can I just? Would I be able to? Would I be smart enough to know that I can kind of trigger it and kind of remove the can, just so we can get the can?
But not the toxic sludge that's inside the can?
No, the toxic sludge with the can. Like,
okay. You would have to roll a skullduggery. Get that.
I mean, it's just radioactive sludge, right? And would we know that before examining it? Because if so, I could just go pick it up.
Yeah,
and if it
it's
splashes
like
on him, who cares?
It's green. It's pretty obviously.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, I'll be like, hey, wait, no, wait, sorry, hey, super mutant. What's your name?
Why?
Why? Hi, I'm Rolo. By the way, yeah, everybody. Well, Roland. Roland Lannis. Everyone calls me Rolo.
Okay.
This could be useful for maybe using as protection in sanctuary. But if if that kind of stuff touches me, I mean, a world of hurt. But I think you are kind of not affected by that kind of material. Would you be able to go and grab that can for us there?
Okay. And he'll just walk over to. I mean, he's dumb, so he's just gonna walk over and pick it up. So I mean, be prepared before you tell him to do this. If anybody needs to like get out of the way,
like backing up away from like the direction that the trap was set off to.
Give me an athletics check. Why?
Okie dokie. What difficulty do you want on there?
Just one purple.
Alrighty.
So you grab the coffee can and you yank, and then like it's all like on this weird like catapult like contraption, and the catapult tries to fire, but you just hold it in place and then get the coffee can, rip off the like wood that it's attached to or whatever, and you've got a can of radioactive sludge.
All right, he's gonna go try to hand it to Rolo because he's dumb. I got it for you, Mr. Rolo.
Thanks, man. Can you just hold off for it? Just keep it safe for me. Would that be
okay?
Awesome?
I can do that. Does it have a lid or something, or is it just like an open-topped coffee can?
Yeah, it's an open top coffee can.
I might spill it though. Do we have something we could put on top of it?
Mm, yeah, I guess that's a good question. I didn't think about that.
Or how full is it? Could he just like bend the can in to kind of seal it a little bit? I mean, it wouldn't completely seal it, but to prevent it from like just splashing out.
Yeah.
I would tear off a piece of cloth from like my pants, my clothing.
I don't think that would work because it would be like liquid going through.
Do I?
It would just be like a filter, if anything.
What's the raider wearing? Does he have like leathers on, or does he
Yeah,
have like
you
cloth
can rip
clothing?
off some leather and do that.
Yeah. I'm gonna rip off some leather from the raider then, and be like, you won't be needing this.
Whew. I feel like there's got to be a check for that.
Oh yeah. I would say a crafting check to like assemble it or something at least, or maybe a social check to convince the raider to give us some, unless we want to
Oh no,
forcibly
you
take
just
it.
yank it. You just yank it off. How about a 1 purple mechanics check? Not too hard. You just got to have some sort of crafting
Can I
ability.
can I say that I get a boost for like him holding it steady and knowing
Sure,
safe
yeah.
for me? All right.
Oh wait, hold on. 1 red. I'm gonna use a story point. Just because I want there to be the case of the
There's got to be
possibility
the
of a
chance.
despair.
Gotta have that chance.
Um,
We
Well,
gotta start using some story points.
can I use
because
a
Oh,
story
you
point
were-
to upgrade
I didn't-
my role?
Sorry,
Yeah, I saw.
I didn't realize
think
that
you used 1 at one point, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize that you were using the other one because
Yeah.
I had the separate
So
one.
it's really.
Because right now that's what we're at.
Is that what we should be at? Too light, for dark.
Mhm.
Okay, we can just if
That's not right. Unless you gained a story point.
No,
or something.
it is because I've been tracking it this whole time, and we actually started with 4 light and 2 dark because Tag used a story point in his side mission.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. So
do you want to set it on your side, and then we can hit the sync with pool with GM
Yeah.
side to sync our
Yeah, I
story
forgot
pool.
that we had that.
So I just used 1, so that gives you 5 and 1. Forced player update. I think that will work now.
There we
Everyone
go.
See 5 and 1.
Yarp.
Well, no,
Quite
it should.
cool.
If you're using it, then you're using a dark, so it gives us back a light.
Yeah, we were at 4 and 2. Oh, 4 dark.
Yeah.
Is
So
that
it's the other
right?
direction.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I read that wrong. Okay, so we're now at 3 and 3.
And then make sure to force
Yeah.
update our. There we go.
Force update. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So give me a 1 red mechanics. Whoever Rolo, I guess.
Can I also use a story point to upgrade? or
Yes.
No?
Yes, you can.
All right, I'm gonna use 1.
But I just wanted the possibility of a despair.
All right, so that will be. I'm gonna upgrade minor check with a boost and mechanics. So. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I know how to roll with an upgrade. Okay.
Now, one cool thing about this
Yeah,
sheet
there's
is when
an
you use a
upgrade
story
button.
point or whatnot. Yeah, there's the upgrade and downgrade buttons, and then it'll auto calc it.
Damn. Yeah, you get it. Basically, you get a piece of leather, and then you get like a strap, and you just go. You maybe feel a little lightheaded right afterwards. You're not going to take any radiation damage, but you're like, that was probably stupid.
The fumes.
Yeah,
He's got the
something like that.
vapors.
Okay, so you bypass those traps via the raider that you have with you, Breaker. And after that last trap, it's about 10 more minutes, and you get to the bottom of a hill. Basically, from your vantage point, your perspective, you see a hill probably from the bottom to the top of the hill is probably like 30, 40 feet. And then there's a ridge to the left that's, fairly straight up. I mean, there's definitely rocks that you could like use to climb up or something like that. It's not just a sheer cliff. But it's fairly vertical, so And at the top, you can see a wagon from your perspective with a couple of people in it. And Breaker says, "That's it, right there." So, I guess tie me up and go do good things.
Okay. And Y's gonna start looking for a tree.
You're right next to the tree. Yeah.
So he just like lifts him up with one arm and ties him around it with the other or something like that, or has somebody
Yeah.
so he's off the ground so things can't eat him, because Y's worried about his safety. Plus it's funny to have a raider in a tree.
He's like, "You better not die. I don't want to stay here forever until I become a ghoul or something."
That is true. I don't want to die either, so I hope I do not die also.
So I'm gonna go get a drink. Y'all decide what you want to do, the whole hill thing.
All right, cool. I'm going to stop the recording, but just remind me to start it back up when you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
This would be deja vu for some. Roller is like kind of is scratching his head a little bit, like I'm a little lightheaded, but I think I'll be taking it easy this time, keeping a safe distance. But we should try and flank them the same way. Try to draw them away from the caravan without those people in them.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we don't necessarily need to fight 12 people head on. I don't think that will end well for us.
It will probably hurt.
I thought there were only 8 left.
8? Oh yeah, right.
That's true. I wasn't going to correct you.
All right.
Well,
So
that would hurt a lot less than 12.
yeah.
Still, I'd like to avoid getting hurt. I mean, we can scout around, see what their camp looks like or something. I don't know.
Yeah, if you're going to want to try some sort of flanking maneuver, right now you don't see a good spot to do that. Basically, all you see is a cliffside and a hill next to it, so you're going to have to scout around the area to see what's on the other side of this hill.
Can we see them on top of the hill? Like, could we fire at them at distance, or do we have to get up the hill before being able to shoot at them at all?
I'll say you could shoot from long range with a black die. Like basically, you see some cover up ahead. You're kind of farther back because you're trying to not be spotted. You see some cover further up ahead that you could probably get behind and shoot on the hill, but it would be mechanically long range and a black die.
Oh,
and that would be only like those raiders who are on this side of the hill.
Yeah, let's scout out and see if we can, get closer without them noticing and get some more intel.
Okay. How's about I go to the bottom of the hill and I'll be ready to climb up and hit them with my sword, and you guys give me a signal when you're ready, and I will do that.
Sounds good.
You mean the ridge?
Yes, the ridge.
Said the raider.
Oh, I did? Well,
no, the raider said, "You mean the ridge?"
Oh, yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. Raider.
So who's gonna go scouting around?
Tag will. I mean, he's pretty hurt, but he still has enough concentration to do his job. So
as Tag goes off, Y is gonna get down on a knee and scratch Tufts behind the ear and say, "Okay, Mr. Kitty, take care of Mr. Kitty Man because he looks hurt. Don't let him get hurt more, because then you might run away and I wouldn't get to pet you no more."
As Rolo sees Stag, heading out, he jog over like, "Hey man, don't know you. You look pretty hurt. Here, I got plenty." Pulls out a stim pack and.
Oh, thank you. So second stim pack of the day, so just 4, but still good.
If anybody needs stim packs, Y has several hanging off of his belt.
And actually, would that be enough for a new encounter to do a cool check?
With what? The
This-
ambush?
Me going off to, scout around.
Hmm, maybe if you finish the entire thing without getting into an actual combat, and then you can roll.
Okay.
Because if you get into a combat, yeah, you automatically get it at the end of that said combat.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, I guess give me a stealth check to not be seen. 2 purples. Yes,
Alright.
2 purples.
Oh, sorry, my character sheet just disappeared for a second there. All right, back up. All right, 2 purples.
Whew. Glad I didn't upgrade it. Okay, so there's a couple of moments there. They're pretty dicey. Like you yelp in pain as like you take a misstep or something, and like you look at the hill. No one's gotten sight of you. The hill is kind of like a 90-degree angle, and the point is the ridge. So it's kind of like a gradual hill up to the point of the ridge, and it makes a 90-degree angle. So drawing it, it would kind of look like ridge is right here, and then just normal hill all along right here. And then you've got one wagon right here, one wagon right here. As you get to this point, you can see that the entrance is open, but there are a couple of raiders kind of standing guard, and then there's a few other raiders who are just chilling out, eating food, whatnot. Give me a perception check to notice anything more than that.
Okay.
We'll just say 1 purple and 1 black as you're looking uphill. So you see at next to one of the wagons, like a chair, big chair, and you see a man sitting there, and he's wearing like this blue suit that I think you'd recognize because there was a vault. Oh yeah, because Charlotte has a suit. Might have
Right.
seen that. It's a vault suit, and he has like some leather armor draped over it in various pieces to kind of functionally cover him up. And he's sitting there while a woman is like, looks like she's feeding him or something. It looks like your quintessential king on a throne kind of situation.
Okay.
And what can you use advantages for?
If I can, I just want to use those advantages to know exactly how to go back the direction I came, so I can relay all this to everybody else and get ready to have Y go in.
Okay. And then also you see another guy who looks like a crazed maniac. Almost reminds you of Twitch. He's got like a bunch of like trinkets all over him and like tools and whatnot. You can see a couple of like small explosives on him, like there's a stick of dynamite just like on his chest. What kind of psycho would just leave that sitting there? And you could see him sitting like at the end of the wagon tinkering on something.
Okay.
And you return back to the group.
So I relay all of that to everyone, and how do we want to go about this?
I think that we should hit them until they surrender.
So Tag just kind of nods and looks to everyone else.
Are you near the raider when you discuss this? Or are you away from him?
I mean, probably. I don't think we really moved because they hadn't spotted us out here.
Okay. Well, he'll butt in. It's applicable.
What does he say?
Must
He doesn't say anything. I was
Oh.
just asking to, in case y'all say something, he can retort.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Well,
some of us should go more try to some guerrilla style fighting, get their attention,
yeah.
and then maybe two of us do that, two of us try to sneak back the way you sneaked, and then get that dude that seemed important, you know, from from behind.
The breaker says the overseer. You mean? I mean, that's the only guy I would think would look
Sure.
important.
Yeah.
He doesn't tend to go on any missions, so that might work.
What's with the other guy? And Tag starts to describe the other one.
Oh, that's Blaster. He's the guy who set up all those traps. He's kind of a crazy guy, and I don't really talk to him a lot. He makes traps and explosives and gear and whatnot. He's not very strong, but he's useful to the Overseer, so Overseer kept him around.
and he has explosives.
Yeah. So I like Rolo's plan with getting their attention while maybe Tag sets up kind of in a little sniper area, and then Y gets ready to charge in.
Okay.
So let's tie Breaker up and make sure he's secure down here, and just say you better hope it's that we're the ones that win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We should set up behind some cover or something, because, I mean, even if you just lure a few of them away, they could still scream or something, shout for help.
Well, one
And-
thing I'm going to tell Breaker is the first thing that we're doing when combat starts is telling them that you led us here. So, like I said, you better hope that we're the ones who win.
No, I don't mean about Breaker, I mean just the guys we lure away from the camp. They could start shouting for help. Still, and then still everyone would come running probably. So,
Oh, I mean, eventually, I thought the whole plan was that we wanted them to kind of start funneling in, and then we would catch them by surprise.
yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We want to pull as much of them away from the overseer, so then Tag won't have to deal with much more than maybe one or two people, and two of
Oh,
them.
yeah,
And
no,
then
I get it, I get it.
we can deal with the other ones. You know, I know it. I mean, I look down on my own body and look at Sam. We are not much of fighters, as we've seen already. But if we stick with the way here, and we play it smart, and I think it'll be safe. If not, hey man, I've had a good time. At least having some company after this month's loaning the wasteland. So
It is nice to be around peoples.
Right, let's do it.
One second. Who's the one who's going in to distract?
I think you would be like you'll be the three of us, me, Wei, and Sam.
Oh, I thought we were
Wei
going to
would
keep
do-
Y out of sight until.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be me and Sam, kind of going in, firing shots, but from a distance to pull, create, alert them, and then pull them a direction, and then quickly move back around. So like, let's say the camp's here, you know, um, Way would be hiding, here, and then me and Sam kind of from the same direction just start shooting away, so they would run towards this direction, so we'd be far enough away that we can then backtrack around, you know.
Yeah. So, like I said, the hill is kind of gradual there, and then there's a ridge here. So, I guess, do you want Way to climb the ridge, or are you saying that you like want Way on like a flank?
What I was thinking is we could have Y climb the ridge
Or
and
Y,
have,
sorry.
yeah, everybody does it. It's okay. The name's supposed to be confusing, but if you've got, let me just, you said it was like a V shape like this, and so the ridge
Yeah.
is down here. So I can be right here, ready to climb the ridge, and you said it was more like a soft hill, like this way, so it's not
Yeah.
like bad terrain.
Right.
Maybe they could set up with some cover or something and shoot, and then Y comes up behind them. And that way he can charge in and go, sword, 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 without them worrying about shooting him, because they'll have pulled the other targets maybe closer towards them. So we're flanking them, so to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what you all want to do. So who's starting the encounter, quote unquote? Who's firing the first shot, or yelling, or?
Well, first it would be if we can get in position without them noticing, I think would be the first step there. And then after that, we'd have the gunshots start everything off.
Yeah, so Y, I need you to roll a stealth check, because you're probably the one who's going to be moving the most to get into position.
Okie dokie. What difficulty would you like there, sir?
2 purples.
2 purple. Alrighty. And we will see if Y's stealth luck holds up. Do I get a boost or anything from the ridge, or would that cancel out because they have height advantage?
Yeah, like they're not paying that much attention, but
well, maybe a boost from Tag's earlier scouting, so he tells them, hey,
tells them where to go. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okie dokie there. So 1 boost, 2 purples, and 2 greens for a stealth check. And Y continues to be the stealthiest super mutant in the wasteland.
All right.
But there is a threat there.
You can just take strain.
All right.
I don't want to cause something that, combat starts early or something like that.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Because that would be failing the check. And so we're going to say, for the purposes, this is the camp, the engaged area, and then everything else is your starting positions. So I said y'all would be at long range if you shot at the hill.
Oh, I wanted to get into medium range, kind of in a little sniper position.
Okay.
Behind.
Then go ahead, and you'll have to give me a stealth to get into medium.
All right. Can I get a boost? Because, I've gone this way before.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm going to use the restroom real quick while everybody else sets up.
Sure.
That was an average check, correct?
Yes.
All right. Let's check with the boost.
Nice. You've got cover too if you want it.
Yeah.
You found a nice set of defilade that give you a thing to hide behind. So who's starting this? Who's firing the first shot?
We start out behind cover, right? So
Yeah, if you want to.
yeah, sure. Then
Yeah, as long as you're at long range, you can start out in cover without rolling anything.
Yeah, I guess Sam, he can fire and then run, and then Rolo will fire and run right after.
We should probably position ourselves so that when they chase after you, they don't go away from us. I was just moving myself so I was close to where Y was, but I think it was more just kind of...
Yeah, I would imagine that they would run parallel to you guys, if that that would be possible.
So kind of like if you guys were, I mean, this is just in relation instead of hard positions, I'm assuming. So kind of, you're
Yeah.
saying like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So you see the raiders. Some of them are patrolling. Some of them are just sitting there eating. How do you want to start it off? You could just start firing on them, and then we'll roll initiative after your first initial salvo. It's up to y'all.
I
Sure,
mean, yeah, if you're gonna give them a free round of shooting,
I mean, I'm not gonna hit anything from that range anyways, so it's just kind of a shot to get attention.
Yeah. Okay, do it. If you're shooting, you have your normal purples, and you get a black die because you're shooting uphill.
Oh,
Once you-
he actually doesn't have that range. He's just shooting
No.
to draw
Yeah.
their attention.
Okay, right. Just pop, 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 and then you can see the commotion in the raider camp as like people go scurrying about, collecting their weapons, trying to find out where you are. Are you all like hiding so that they don't know where you're shooting from, or?
No. The plan is that they see us. So
Yep. Okay. So a couple pop shots come out at you, and yeah,
the
I guess
plan
let's
is
roll
so
initiative.
They come towards us, and then we start moving. So then they would be past. They would run past Way. Way is climbing, but they would run past the Way would be
Mhm.
behind them and then flank.
Yeah, they're gonna.
and assuming we're rolling cool for this because we initiated.
Yeah,
right?
y'all are.
for this to work, doesn't there have to be an initiative counter?
Yes. If you just do the normal skill, it doesn't. Oh, nice. It says it. Well.
Oh no! Hey, wait.
Oh, you didn't clear it, I don't think, because we
Yeah,
got a
I'm gonna-
bunch of PC slots on there.
Reroll.
Oh, damn.
Oh, we
well,
can
I'll
just
clean it out. I'll clean
Yeah,
it
I
out.
say
one
we can
second.
just delete the ones that
The 4-1.
Oh no, I know what it is. The NPCs weren't set to NPC.
That'll happen from time to time.
Ah, damn, it's not gonna let me just add it. Now I'll just re-roll it for them. Hopefully they don't roll better. They did. I'll lower it in a second.
Oh, it's no worries. After the first round, it's pretty much circular anyway.
Yeah. So, what do I need to get rid of? This one. And we'll just say that one. Close enough. PC slot. Oh, actually, advantages first.
Well, you gotta remove my 4-1.
I think so. I thought someone got a 4-1.
Yeah, but I rolled with like
Extra
he
stuff.
He upgraded the dice they should.
Oh, okay. What is it really?
I'm gonna roll now.
Okay.
It's 1-4.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, they go first. That's kind of what y'all want, anyways, because you want them to move out. We've got a 3 advantage, 4 advantage, 1 and 2. So, Rolo, what do you want to use your advantages for? You set the scene, one way or the other. You know, change the environment, change the situation, whatever.
I want to say that the path they're gonna be taking through us is. I don't know how this would work in Genesis, but like difficult terrain.
Yeah, sure. So, counts double maneuvers.
Yeah.
All right. We'll say just the first one is, just to make it a bit balanced. Not the whole way. But we'll say this is difficult. That's rocks and stuff. And Sam, what are you using your advantages for?
Can I say that we're planning to move that the path we are going to move through has enough cover so that we can move and take cover again? Like,
Okay.
I don't know, a couple of trees everywhere or something.
Okay. So when you don't have to use a maneuver to take cover as you're moving naturally.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
And Tag has 2.
I would say just maybe using it as a boost. Like they get into pretty good position.
Okay. Yeah, just remember to use that later. And they will go first. They will move. Use their action to maneuver to come down here. And those guys are collecting their weapons. PC slot.
If you guys are okay, I'd like to just go ahead and take a shot at these guys.
You go for it.
All right. So would they be? They'd be short range for me. Yeah. Okay. Well, it depends because.
Yeah. We're not doing 3D movement, so yeah, they're short. They're coming down the hill. It's just you're at an angle. Still short.
Great. All right. So that shot. All right. And I will use a story point to get another lucky strike. So that's 12 damage.
Thing likes to randomly organize the.
I'll take 2 strain for my action because of my crit, and I can already see Tufts just wants to get in there, so I just say like, Tufts, yeah, go help Y, and so Tufts will be doing the same maneuver.
Okay, he starts climbing up the side of the rock face after Y and doing cat stuff.
And I'll pass with 2. I'll pass a floating boost, so whoever wants to use that boost can use it. Or actually, wait a minute. I've got a lot of strain. Do you guys mind? I'm just going to use that to wipe strain.
Yeah,
do that.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, you get like they're running down the hill towards Sam and Rolo, and like you're flanking them. You get a good easy shot. One of the raiders falls down. And the other one is not injured, but like not paying attention. And another PC slot.
Why don't you guys go ahead and go and do your shots, and then I'll take the last one this turn, and then the first one next turn to kind of go in and go crazy with my sword.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go ahead, son.
Wait. If my weapon has a short range, can I even shoot at medium?
Think not. So
no, you'd have to close the short if it's only at short range.
So right near at medium range to them, you can use one maneuver to move forward.
Or if you're worried about that, I could go earlier. I just thought it might be easier to do it that way.
I mean, they've already gone. They're not going to move anymore this turn.
That is true.
I mean, okay. The plan was to move over here somewhere, anyways, right? Like.
So what you can do is you can move. Say you're getting closer to Tag.
Yeah.
and you'll still be at short range. So you'll be able to shoot.
Yep.
You know.
Okay. All right. Let's do that.
Don't forget you have that range defense for cover.
Right. Off.
That's okay. You still hit for 7 damage. You see the raider who like looked down after his ally was shot, looks back up and like he's not moving so much, so you go pop with your pipe pistol and you hit him square in the chest. He falls down. And how much do I have left? Okay. PC slot.
Yeah, I'll do the same. He'll move and take a shot at that raider there.
Okay.
I'll take 2 strain and aim.
Okay.
Aim adds a boost, right? Yeah. I did that right. Okay.
Yeah, aiming adds a boost if you're looking for that, or you can do like aiming spur for a specific thing, which adds a setback but allows you to do an effect like shoot their weapon out of their hand or something like that.
Sorry, I was chatting something. But it sounds like he told you what to do, so go ahead. Do you need something from me?
Oh, he got a hit with a threat.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Sure. With that threat, I'm gonna say, yeah, you just suffer 1 strain. You're like huffing and puffing, trying to stay in cover while you're running and all that. So you just take a strain while you're doing that, and you pop the guy, the last guy remaining, right there. NPC turn. You hear a voice call out from the other side of the wagon. Tommy, how much do you care about cursing?
It's fine. I mean, it's Fallout.
Okay. Hey, shitheads! What the hell are you doing? Fuck off! If you don't leave, I'm gonna shoot these hostages one by one. And that's gonna be his turn because he's just yelling stuff at you. The other guy does something that you can't see from your angle, and I think that's an extra PC.
Nope, that would be why he hasn't gone yet.
Oh, okay. Why?
So to scale this, is that just a maneuver, or is it like a skill check for athletics as an action,
Athletics,
or how
yeah.
do you want to do it?
Yeah, do an athletics just to make sure you can physically do it, and it'll cost 1 maneuver to climb up.
Okay, and what difficulty do you want that athletics to be?
1, and I'm going to use a story point.
So 1 and an upgrade?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And we'll use that boost for the skilled assistance from Tufts.
Tufts is like jumping from ledge to ledge, showing you which ones are
showing
easy.
him the handholds and whatnot. Yeah. So
This is a really smart cat. Yeah, you get up there pretty easily. It's like you're done.
Yep. So get up there for my maneuver and draw my sword and say, "No shoot hostages. Raiders mean."
Yeah.
And,
we'll say your advantages are you're already engaged with them as you get done.
Oh, okay, cool. Then we will take 2 strain and another maneuver to aim. And who is closest to the hostages? Like who looks like the most threat to the hostages right now? Because that's who he would attack.
Okay, so you climb over the ridge. To your left, you see the throne, for lack of a better word, that I was talking about earlier. There's one woman who's kind of chained up next to it, who's just now by herself. The overseer has run over to one of the wagons, and he has a laser pistol, and he has it pointed at one of the hostages. Close to him, like 5 yards away, you see the crazy-looking feller with a shotgun, and he looks like he was looking towards Sam and Rolo's direction, so he's not paying attention to you just yet. But, you know, you're super mutant. It's pretty obvious that you just popped up. And then the 3 raiders are still collecting their weapons. They're probably done by now, so they're just kind of in the general vicinity.
Okay.
So yeah, the overseer is the direct threat to the hostage.
Then that's who we're gonna swipe at. If he's the most immediate threat to the hostages, although it's probably stupid to ignore the shotgun guy. Why is nothing but stupid.
Okay.
So his goal is to be a do-gooder and to save the hostages. So he will charge the overseer and try to de-arm him, so to say, with a sword.
Okay, so it will be 1 red on your,
Okay, one. Sorry,
including the purple. So just
so just roll 1 red and add it to that.
yeah,
It
well,
was 1
that
red
last
addition.
one, that last purple, we'll just roll 1 red and we'll swap those.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I rolled a
Data
little
tribe.
quick there.
That's fine. So you deal 11 damage with a triumph and 2 threats.
Oh, it'd be 1
and
threat because it replaces one of them.
That's right, 1 threat. So just take a strain.
Take a strain, okay. And with that triumph, could I have disarmed him, like to get the laser gun out of his hand because he was pointing it at the hostages?
Do you
I
want
know a
to
crit's probably
disarm
smarter,
him?
but if you'll let me disarm him, like
Yeah.
that's the Y just comes in and chops him off at the elbow, saying, "Don't hurt the hostages."
You get like the forearm area, just because it's a sword. I think that's how you really disarm him in this situation. He's pointing his gun at the hostage, and he's like still talking to everyone else as he does this, and then you go like, "Don't hurt hostage," and he turns around and he still has the gun pointed, but like as he turns, his body turns, it comes towards you, and just goes, and he's missing a hand now. Top of the round, NPC. Overseer is going to go, and he is going to run away.
Can I play this?
Screaming.
He
Just
also
got Luke Skywalker.
stim packs himself. NPC 2, Blaster, gets the shotgun and shoots at Y.
This is probably gonna hurt.
Uh, 10.
Alrighty, minus my
He
Soka
didn't get any
5.
advantages. That's where shotguns really hurt.
Oh yeah. So minus my Soka 5 means 5 raw damage. So Y is not looking that great after getting filled with buckshot.
PC slot.
Do you guys want to go, or do you want to let Y continue his rampage here?
Go for it.
You're not engaged because
Yeah, I would like to take a shot before you step forward.
yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, there's an opening right now.
All right. So, medium shot on Blaster after seeing him shoot Y. Does he have defense, adversary, anything like that?
Yeah, sorry. He is an adversary, so 1 red. Edit, or 1 upgrade, sorry.
Alright.
Be the problem. Say it.
I will. I won't name. I'll use that maneuver for Tufts, and there goes. Okay. Let's see. How many story points do we have? I'm looking back up. I'll use 1.
3 and 3.
Okay. So that'll be 12 damage. And then I'll use my maneuver to have Tufts continue to provide assistance to Y, and I'll use that advantage to heal a strain, but I had to use 2 strain to attack, so I go down 1 strain net.
Okay.
Or I incur 1 strain net.
Yeah, so you shoot and you hit him like in the shoulder, and like you see the metal arm. Well, it's not metal armor, but like you see the armor with the little trinkets and whatnot. Ping! And he like flies backward, like his shoulder is pushed back a little bit, and he regains his composure. PC slot.
I'll try to take a shot.
Okay. The overseer is short to you as he ran to like the back end of the wagon.
So I'll just do aim. Something.
Well, but
aim,
Breaker's
something.
almost, or Blaster's almost down. We might want to take him out so he can't hit Y again with that massive shotgun.
Okay, yeah.
And that's
but
not
I gotta
meta. I
do-
mean, that's literally what our characters would be doing, you know? Like,
Yeah.
take him down.
I'll move to short range to blaster.
Okay.
And another 2 strain.
The aim.
And I'll shoot.
I'm gonna use. I think I use a story point to downgrade, right? Or
Not to
increase
down.
increase the difficulty again.
Right, to increase the difficulty, not to downgrade somebody's check.
So when you roll, do 2 reds to attack Blaster.
Oh, I
Well,
forgot
how-
to put in my
How
story
does it go
point,
from
so
1 purple to 2 red though?
Okay, go ahead and click that again. What's that? Sorry.
So how does it go from 1 purple to 2 red?
He's a rival, so he already has 1 purple,
Okay.
1 red to attack him, and then I used the story point to upgrade it to 2 red.
but he's at. I thought he was at short range.
The rival's just an upgrade on the die, I think, isn't it? Or is it
Oh,
added
that's
upgrade?
right.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He's only at short range, so it would
Yeah.
be 1 red, 1 purple.
Well, wait, no. He's shooting with the range weapon. Short range is 1 purple. He's upgraded once. Rival doesn't do anything. It's adversary, ranks and adversary upgrade things. So,
Okay, I knew it was one of them, but I couldn't remember which.
yeah, so unless he's adversary 2, but if I thought he was adversary 1.
He is.
Yeah, so it's just 1 upgrade, so it'd be 1 red.
Right, and then I use a story point for another
Oh, I
upgrade,
missed
Yeah,
the story
it's-
point.
which would
Got
be
it.
which would be a purple. The second one didn't roll anything anyways, so we'll just say, okay, well, that's your roll. That's your result. You didn't hit him, but 2 advantages. How do you want to use that?
I guess I'll give it to Y to smack him.
Like your shots are stopping Blaster from falling back from the super mutant who is clearly upset. And PC slot.
I guess Y has better chance of finishing him off than me. Right?
I could run up and swing him, but then I think that would put me with engaged with one of the other raider group or whatnot. I think, or if it doesn't, then I can totally do that. But if you want to make a shot, if you want to finish him off, go for it.
I mean, I can try.
Yeah, finish and shoot first, because I'm going to say that that's close enough that he's engaged with both groups.
I'm gonna move there. Takes train to aim and shoot at Blaster, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it's the same as Rollo's roll.
It
was
will
out
be
the story
1
point.
red. It will be
Yeah,
only 1
exactly.
red. Yeah.
Where did
Nice.
I keep
Just
the
red.
red
Just
is
do
missing.
a manual red.
I
Just at the
keep
top of your screen.
forgetting clicking out of the thing.
You still hit for 6 damage and 1 advantage.
What can I do with the advantage? Just
Yay.
pass it along.
Pass it along, heal strain. There's a chart and player handouts if you're not sure.
Yeah, I know. I'm already reading. Yeah, I just pass a boost, I guess.
Yeah, maybe you've like screwed up morale for the rest of them when they see Blaster go down.
Blaster does go down. What does it look like?
What kind of armor is he wearing?
He's got a mismatch of leather and metal armor. It's a combination of both. So there's a spot in there to get a good hit.
Yeah, I guess so. Since I aimed for once instead of just shooting and hoping to get lucky, I guess Sam just spotted a weak spot in the armor, took him out like somewhere on the neck maybe. I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah, the neck. So you go, and then he grabs the neck, and then goes to one knee, and then he just crumbles to the ground. I guess I should take an NPC out. Take the last one. The raiders haven't gone yet. The raiders will. Whew. The raiders will charge Y. That's not a good idea. They're gonna shoot Y.
Oh, come on, they can charge me. I'm fine if they want to charge me. It's 3-on-1. What could go wrong?
Actually, they will fall back and say, Overseer, you okay? And they will go to short range. The Overseer says, shoot the big green thing. And they will do that. I'm going to use a story point before I run out of them. Or rather, other stuff happens. And that should work. And nope, nothing. PC slot.
With that threat, yeah, we'll just do one strain, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they didn't take cover or anything, did they, after they moved? Or they couldn't have, yeah. So Y is going to maneuver to engage with them. Would I be engaging with all of them, or just the Overseer or Raider? How close are they?
Oh yeah, Blaster's dead. Forgot. Yeah, they're right next to each other, so you'd be engaging both of them at the same time.
Okay, so he'll
Enough to where, if someone's shooting at one or the other, you'll be close enough that they have to wait for their shot.
Oh yeah,
which is effectively the penalty.
So we will engage with them. We will take 2 strain to aim as he concentrates really, really hard on hitting them really, really hard. He's going to be swinging at the minion group because they are more dangerous than the one-armed man.
Don't forget the Tufts boost.
Yeah, I got that. So 1 boost from aiming, 1 boost from Tufts, 2 difficulty. Anything else I need to add in there before rolling the swing?
I don't think so.
Alrighty, let's see what we get.
I do believe that's
Holy shit.
Is that correct? I guess so.
I just got really lucky on my that I could have gotten
16.
2 more successes as possible.
You get all 3 of them with 1 swing. They're grouped up because they were trying to help the Overseer. He's like, no, shoot the green thing, and then they all turn around. They don't spread out at all after that, and then you just come charging in, and just I have the torso. What was 3 is now 6.
Why I do division?
NPC slot. The Overseer is missing a hand. His entire crew is dead. Blood spurting out of his hand. He holds the stump, and he looks at Y. He's like, no, stop, mercy.
Okay.
He looks surprised that worked.
Surrender. Why is that going to kill him?
Does anyone want to do anything before I assume y'all talk to him? Or does anyone just want to kill him straight up?
Not straight up, no.
Okay, so y'all all group together.
I'm going to start releasing the hostages.
Okay. The Overseer is still holding his stump, and Y is, I guess, just got his sword pointed at him, don't move.
Oh no, he's not pointing his sword. He's looking over his shoulder to the other guys. He surrendered, and Y isn't innocent, so he's like, okay, he surrendered. The fight's over. Guys, I think he's gonna die if we don't do something. As he's pointing at the blood trail from the severed arm.
It looks like a pretty clean cut. to Tag. Tag just goes, he'll make it.
And Wise is just gonna stand by him and make sure he doesn't run away. But other than that, like he's completely kosher. He's like, "Do you need some water?"
No, I need a hand. You big
What?
green dope.
Sorry, buddy. That is nothing we can do for that. You should have thought about that before, threatening some innocent people. You get what you know. You got what is coming to you.
Where's Vault 52? Why is it so important?
Hell if I know. I got this off a dead guy.
I don't believe him. I want to see if he's lying.
Okay. Roll. I guess. Yeah, roll vigilance against one. Actually, I think he's a little bit better at that.
And he does have adversary, so I think adversary is included in that. Or no, adversary is combat checks. So I guess that's your determination if it applies or not.
3 purples.
All right. 3 purple vigilance.
That is something they changed because I looked it up in the Genesis book, and I thought adversary in Star Wars was all checks, or did I just remember that wrong?
I don't remember.
I think adversary is supposed to basically be for defenses, so that they always have some sort of defense.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because he
yeah.
has skills.
Yeah, because you have some social skills like, oh man, I forget. But there's one that does it specifically against social checks.
He's telling the truth.
All right. Well, what do you guys want to do with this guy? He could just do this again.
The hostage is
Exactly.
like, kill him.
I'm gonna
Kill
search-
him.
I'm gonna,
That's what he
pat
deserves.
him. I'm gonna pat him, search his pockets, anything, his belt, anything that he might have.
I'm gonna hold his arm out to him.
Thank you.
I mean,
He says
exactly
slightly.
what can we do?
condescending.
There's the
I don't
wasteland is
know.
better without him.
A belt. Give me a belt. Tourniquet it. And I
Wise gonna start to take off his belt, but everybody would realize that as Wise starts to take off his belt, that he's only like he's got a loincloth on, so if that belt's gone, everything's going with it. So somebody might want to stop him.
No. What? Wait. He has a belt, and I
Okay.
take a belt from his own
leather
own
armor.
belt
Yeah. Okay.
and use that as a tourniquet.
Give
So,
me
make sure that he
a.
doesn't have anything on him. No, like, I don't know.
Give me a medicine check. 1 purple. Because it's a tourniquet. It's not really that hard. You just gotta pick the right spot.
Tag could do a medicine check, but man, he doesn't
That's
like this guy.
mechanics. You did.
That's fair enough.
That was mechanics, not medicine. Did I say mechanics? I meant medicine.
No, I mean, it's the same. It's the same.
Oh, it's the same either way.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry. It's just that they're right on top of one another.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Yeah. So you tourniquet it, and then like blood just kind of slowly comes out, and he takes another stim pack and just pokes it like at the forearm part, a couple inches below it.
We should let the
I think
hostages decide what to do with this guy.
They're already telling you to kill him. They're like,
I
"Oh,
agree.
he killed my brother as he was capturing us, and we've been stuck in this wagon for weeks." That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They
But wait, they have a very good point. They seem to want to kill you. Tell us why we shouldn't allow them to kill you, or why we shouldn't kill you in their behalf.
I could tell you where Vault 52 is. I could take you there.
Didn't you just say that you don't know? That you just stole?
That
this
was
from
a
the
lie.
Dead Lady?
I just didn't want you to go there. You can play vigilance check. Just one person though.
I don't think we should kill him when he's helpless. Like maybe give him a gun or something first. it don't feel right if he's, already down and out and we just kill him.
What, like a duel? What is
Okay.
this? Pre-war?
We could duel if you want, like the knights do, but I mean, you only got one arm, so maybe it'll only be a single instead of a duel.
Oh,
Oh my god.
And Y's like looking, like scratching his head, like he's really putting effort and thought into this.
So
Who
what
was
was
talking
the-
to him?
I was talking to him. Rollo.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I didn't have it on the
Did you
Discord
say a
page.
2 diff vigilance?
Do a vigilance, basically the same thing Tag did. Three purple vigilance.
I didn't
oh,
give you-
He wants to live.
I didn't see any result on my roll though.
it's
just
a wash.
Yeah,
they all
they all
failure.
cancel.
Cancel it out. Yeah.
He wants to live. Yeah, I guess. Here. How far away is it?
Oh,
Pulls out the map.
it's really far. It's in Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas,
Great.
or the remains of it, anyways.
And you came all the way here. I mean,
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know
like,
where Arkansas is,
My
but
thing
you
is,
came all the way
we
here
get
to-
slaves, and then we kind of go in a circle, and then when we get back, we use the slaves as slave labor.
Oh man, see, this is the thing. So Tag is idealistic, but that's one thing. Slavery and that sort of. Oh man, he's.
So yeah, I mean, I'll take you to Vault 52. You can get all the tech that's in there. You can. I mean, I'm the overseer, so like, I'll give you a lot of stuff.
We're not gonna go to Arkansas. At this point, Tag's just like, I can't deal with this guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna start looking
Yeah.
over the hostages.
Listen,
Oh, they're already
I'm not-
like
I'm not
a
about
couple
to
feet
kill
away,
someone.
like throwing rocks at him and stuff. They
I'm
are
not about-
obviously have decided what to. Go ahead, Rollo.
Sorry, man. I'm not about to kill someone in cold blood, but I am all about watching someone getting killed in cold blood for the things that you've done. I agree with Tag. It's too far away. If I just joined this crew here, but I don't know, man. Your odds are not looking good. I look at Tag and I kind of make like this gesture, like finish him out, man.
One of the hostages says, "I'll do it." It's
Well,
a man, probably about 30. Equipment-wise, he's just wearing wasteland outfit with a hood. The hood's kind of covering his face a little bit.
So just out of character, just so you guys know, I mean, Tag is kind of struggling with this decision, but in terms of if one of you really wants to keep him as a prisoner, I mean, I'll go along with that. So it's up to
Oh,
you
I mean,
guys.
I don't want to like. Rollo is also against everything that this dude has done, but he negotiates. So if there was some very good benefit for the group, and I guess Sanctuary, he would allow him. He would be like, okay, let's keep him alive. But right now, I don't know. Rollo doesn't know where Arkansas is, but it seems far away, and it is just not viable.
from a character standpoint, Y is not like kosher with killing someone in cold blood, like kind of no matter the reason. From a player standpoint, I'm good with whatever you guys want to do, and I'll figure out the RP to reconcile it. But Y would not be very happy if we just like slaughtered him. Now, if we gave him a fighting chance or something, Y'd be totally cool with that. Like honor duels are a thing, like in a medieval knighthood and whatnot, which is what kind of goes through Y's head. But
I'd love to watch
just like executing him, Y would really be unhappy.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't actually thought much about the morality of my character, but I guess he grew up in the wastelands, and I mean, I think he'd be fine with
Oh,
not keeping him around.
most people. in the
So it
wasteland-
seems like Y is the only
Kill
one who has a reason not to do it. So
And,
either Y decides what y'all do, or
Well-
You know what?
I guess how.
I'll pull out my knife and I'll hand it to the overseer, and I'll be like, "If you can take down the super mutant, you can go."
and there's multiple
That-
ways
that-
to do this. Like
That's
some-
not fair. Look how big he is. I'm missing a hand.
no, you're not. I gave it back to you.
It's not attached.
How fair would it have been if you just shot one of those prisoners in a caravan when they couldn't escape?
The prisoners all like, yeah, kill him. Let me do it.
So it seems like you were, you're forcing an unfair. You're forcing the prisoners into a very unfair position. Now I'm forcing you into a very unfair position. Deal with it.
The man earlier who said he would do it says, "How about this? You give me that knife, or you give me a knife, and I'll duel him. You won't have any blood on your hands." He struggles with the word green, or not the word green, but green guy. He's not sure what word to use.
That sounds like a plan.
It would be.
Sounds good with
kind
me.
of- Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do. We'll give Mercury the benefit of the doubt and say he got initiative first.
Trial by champion.
So are they fighting each other like a duel so Y can reconcile it? Because if not, somebody needs to distract Y, like just get him away. If it's just going to be cold-blooded murder, that's
Oh, no,
fine.
it's a
That's
duel.
kosher. Okay, if it's a duel, Y's like, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Failure. So out of character, it's my player character who's the one who's dueling him. You just rescued my player character.
Oh, I thought that was Breaker, actually.
And I gotta find my character sheet that I didn't think for him.
They both have weapons, right? I know what was
Yeah,
it?
they're just
Rolo
both
gave
using
some.
knives.
Okay, yeah. So if not, Y's got a super mutant sized knife he could give somebody.
My character's gonna win because I am actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So Mercury comes forward and he goes like he does a weak slash. He's using his non-dominant hand, so he's slashing across like a chest, like from one side of his body to the other, and the prisoner that you released just kind of does one of those like dodge to the sides things, and then just stabs him in the rib, and then twists, releases, and then walks away.
Well, that settles that.
And he goes and he talks to two other prisoners who seem to be part of his group because they're all similarly kitted, like they same style of clothing and whatnot. But anyways, it's not about my character, so go ahead, guys.
Tag. Maybe you should tell them about Sanctuary.
We have a settlement that was attacked, and it's not too far from here. You would be welcome to stay there. It's not much, but it's definitely we're trying, and we're it's one of the bigger settlements in the north of the Commonwealth. By the way, you're in the Boston area. Don't know if you knew where you were.
It's very nice. There is a lake with water.
The majority of the prisoners are like, we don't have anywhere else to go, so they offer a few just go off on their own. And particularly for my character, he just kind of follows. He doesn't say anything, but gathers the two people he was with, collects some things that apparently were his, and just silently follows y'all.
And we let Breaker go and tell you to get going now.
Give me a perception check, whoever is releasing him.
Oh, I thought Breaker died.
Why'd he die? We tied him up.
Blaster was the one with the shotgun. Breaker is the one who brought you here.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought
So
we were
whoever-
taking him back to be an indentured servant.
Whoever,
Tag can do it. What's the
Okay.
difficulty?
just 2 purple, I guess.
All right. Oh well.
Yep. You released him. So he's like, so what are y'all gonna? This is Breaker talking. What are y'all gonna do with me? Y'all didn't decide yet. Can I just go?
Well, you could come back and be a farmer. With the mud fruit, they taste good, and they are good in the pastry pies and stuff. They're good.
Give me a charm check, and you can upgrade it.
All right.
Against 2 purples.
Against 2 purples. All right, one upgrade.
I'm spending a
2
story
purple.
point for you.
Oh, okay.
A DM story point.
Where is charm? Oh, that's right. I think that it's separated.
It's
into
at the
some-
bottom. Yeah, social checks are at the
Are the hostages even going to be up
Nope.
for him being there? I mean, they probably want him dead too.
Oh, well, that's going to be a problem for y'all to figure out. You offered it.
I
Maybe
mean,
you
why
need to tell
offered
them
it?
otherwise.
Because
Yeah.
he, you know. But if the guy wants to leave, Y's okay with that too. He was just offering, you know. He thinks everybody wants to be nice and safe, and he really loves it in Sanctuary because there's other people around. So he doesn't understand why people wouldn't want that.
He's like, sounds great, green guy, but he looks at the former prisoners who like staring at him. They recognize him, obviously. I'm just going to go that way.
Okay, I would suggest not being a raider anymore because then I might have to kill you in the future, and that would be a little sad.
Of course. Sure. And he's like, y'all have any water? You know, just for a couple, so I can live for a couple days?
Get out of here!
He
Why-
He just
Well, I'll
sprint.
give him some water on his way
He's
out,
not
like
gonna-
a bottle of water.
Okay, like he's running away and you toss it to him. And he just bolts. Cool. Well, that's pretty much it. The rest of your trip back will be not interesting at all. And I'm assuming y'all are going to loot the various people who died.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah.
interested in his throne and blaster.
The throne, it looks like it was just a fancy chair he found at some point and decided to call his throne. Oh yeah, there was the woman who was chained up to it. I'm assuming someone lets her free. Yeah, there's not much to it than that. The blaster, you mean the laser pistol?
No, Blaster wasn't the name of the dude Blaster?
Oh yeah, then there's the guy named Blaster.
Yeah.
He he bled out, and he's got just raider armor. You know, it's like a mix of leather, wood, and metal armor.
Is it like
just
what's
the regular.
soak, like
Yeah, it's just the
meta?
regular raider armor. So
it's okay.
1 soak. But he has a shotgun, and what we're gonna do is roll to see what survived the fight, because not all of it can. Well, that sucks. This was the one I wanted to give y'all the most. The vault suit has been torn to shreds just via general use, and the fights that y'all have done, the vault suit doesn't look like it's going to be usable. But there is a shotgun and a laser pistol,
Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
and some leather armor that you're able to take off the Overseer.
So how does he work?
Leather armor
Sounds
is
like
in the Fallout guide, the one that was originally made here.
Yeah, it's in the
Leather
character info
armor
for-
is Soak 1, Encumbrance 3, Rarity 4.
He's got a bonus against energy weapons.
Oh, and it has actual hard points, heavy clothing. Oh, it does. I almost never
Yeah.
read the thing at the bottom. Okay, yeah, so it has +1 soak against energy.
Yeah, so it's significantly better than either
Yeah.
Raider armor or the heavy clothing.
Yeah. So, laser pistol. shotgun, leather armor.
What is it? Rolo will pick up the laser pistol and be like, "This seems very nifty. Do you guys mind if I keep this?"
Oh, sure, keep it. It's not gonna do much in my hands.
I do not care. Them shooty things don't tend to work for me because I got big fingers.
Oh, now the music decides to work.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah, but I'm kinda running late on another appointment.
Yeah, no, we're done. It's just a EXP. Just watch the Discord, and I'll tell you how much XP we got.
Alright,
We're gonna
okay.
determine that right now.
I'm
But yeah,
gonna
thanks
head
for
out
playing.
now. Yeah, thanks for hosting, man. It was a cool session.
Later, bud.
See you later,
Yep.
Sam.
See you later,
Yeah.
man.
See you.
So that's our loot. So we'll get 10 to start with. We'll do 1 per encounter. There were 3 encounters. 1 for the traps that you bypassed. Anything else that we earned experience for?
Do we get one for letting a raider live?
You can get 1 for using him to, like, get to the encampment, using him for intel and whatnot. So yeah.
Maybe +1 for a pretty well executed plan at the very end there. The distraction, ambush, all that.
Traps, and then 3 fights. Anything else? Cool, so that is 16 experience.
Sounds good. Do we find any caps on the camp?
Sure, you want to do, let's do 4d20. So it's a minimum of 4, maximum of 80, 39 caps.
Total or each?
We'll say 40 total, and so that's 10 each. A lot of the stuff that was actually in the encampment is taken by the original owners, which are the prisoners.
Ah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So
Yeah, fair
enough.
basically, the 40 caps you find is the stuff that wasn't claimed,
Yeah.
or that you were able to pocket before someone's like, "Hey, that's mine."
That's a good explanation. All right, cool. I'm gonna have to head out too, but
Yeah.
was there anything else?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, great. Thank you so much for jamming. It's nice for me to take a
Thanks
break.
for playing.
Yeah, and Rolo, unfortunately, I can't talk today. I'm actually going on a hiking trip in just a bit here, but we can connect a little bit later if you still
Sounds
want to
good.
jam for next week.
Cool.
And
All right.
yeah, let's see. Trying to remember if there was anything else. Oh yes. So when you're a GM on duty, don't forget to update the group loot tab at the end too. So anything that wasn't claimed,
Yeah, who took the laser pistol?
Rolo.
And then, so that's 10 caps each. Then, so we got leather armor and shotgun on the
Yep.
loose.
All right, thanks for the fun, guys, and I'll see you next week.
See you guys.
Later, buds.